most invaluable pawn. So let the merge begin. Now that the spiders are gone, with the core in my hands, reality shall collapse, and my eternal reign will stretch beyond divine grasp. So fade away and return to nothing. Your strength is great, but you're no match for me, no. I'll let you live on and entertain me. God of all creation, God of your creation now. I do not fear you now. I exist beyond your time. Rule over cosmic beings. One thought could melt your mind. I do enjoy your rage. Could always entertain. Erasure won't come yet. I'll just provide the stage. So fade away and return to nothing. Your strength is great, but you're no match for me, no. I'll let you live on and entertain me. God of all creation, God of your creation now. So fade away and return to nothing. Your strength is great, but you're no match for me, no. I'll let you live on and entertain me. God of all creation, God of your creation now. Pasta and yogurt, it tastes like heaven. And we eating pasta and
Alright, let's start it there.
yeah. We've ended careers before. They call us a lethal weapon. You brandish an unsheathed sword. Plain hero, Roroni, Kenshin. We kicked it aside of your door. Use the one who against to step in. Where was that bravado you had a hot minute ago? Hey, we got ups, but I wouldn't say we beat. How the saying go, it's a two-way street. Get me on the pipe and you know they had a tweak. I'm just trying to lay my name, you get what I'm speaking. We entertain the masses and anywhere the weekend. There's some asshole think that you can press the lead and put the whole squad down, get out within the weekend. But we stars, boys, so continue go and see. We've ended careers before. They call us a lethal weapon. You brandish an unsheathed sword. Play hero, Roroni, Kenshin. We kicked it aside of your door. Use the one who against to step in. Where was that bravado you had a hot minute ago? Talk big game till you learn it ain't one. Got your nails on this track's another freight ton. Not a single dub, so you gotta make one. Giga, domino, trying to cook some great stuff.
You can keep talking, this be the season for hunting. We down and new in our treasures while casually pressing your buttons. You keep pretending and nothing, but we can tell you be frontin'. Drop the in-house with a poker, but your face looking all something. We calling out all the bluffs and we telling you what is left. And we saying enough's enough, but you trying to keep acting tough. If you really think that you run, let me tell you, you ain't the one. Cause the song will be nothing speakers and the whole team finna pump it, y'all.
We've ended careers before. They call us a lethal weapon. You brandish an unsheathed sword. Plain hero Rogoni Kenshin. We kicked it outside of your door. You're the one who will get to seven. Where was that bravado you had a hot minute ago? We eating pasta in your hood. It tastes like heaven. We eating pasta and it good. Yeah, 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 yeah. Who is the king? Who is the king? Cruising around with nowhere to go, watching the world through a blurred window. Take all comers, but they too slow, breaking through all known barriers.
I've realized that I need to be crystal clear about what I believe, so there's no room for ambiguity.
Listen up, Anita keeps denying the pussy, bitch. You'll find me in. It's not like these fucking niggas who get down on their knees and build a shrine to the pussy, please. Cause how am I supposed to even compete with African wildebeest? This slut married a millionaire, took most of the hair that grows on his head. She just wanted to date a tramp and shoot heroin. Trust me, she'd come drain froggy fresh too if I didn't boot her from the main event. We never faking, never go woke. Tell you, been awakened. Man, she's one with the pics. How can she hate bacon? And she'd say something like, if you ain't earned a strike, boy, I guess it's there for the taking. I took 2 shots right to the hippocampus. Shook like a bitch while my bitch spread her fat puss. Took 2 shots right to the hippocampus and started crying right before I get the canvas. Damn, that's a... Can you remember when you weren't such a... Dude, I thought you were actually funny when you were such a... Nothing but a... Everywhere I go, look at this damn... Now that's a straight up...
I don't think anyone deserves that level of cruelty or hate. It's also indoctrinated a lot of people into thinking that this is an okay way to behave.
I got bullied for my packed lunch when I was at school. He dropped my head in the toilet, wrapped a chain and then pulled. One day I called him a bigger nigga. I thought it would be cold. 20 years later, I don't throw punches, I prep bowls. And my wife's fucked at least 100 of the same fools. They stretched the bitch open with their medical tools.
Shut the fuck up, Ian, and sit on the cock stool.
My head's still in the toilet eating all the soft stool. You dumb bitch, how can you display the gash to everyone at the motherfucking creator clash? So guess they finally grasped that G-rated ass is worth 20 times more than a chin made of glass. You can still taste dried up jizz on this beta cash. Let's just say some niggas became attached. Ian dropped the keys, dropped the paper stash. Didn't even leave here with my name attached. That's all in the past, I'm the future of this bitch. Why else would they call me Beta Max? Man, the beast is a blast. Sometimes we sit back and laugh and just freeze frame the moment that my face got smashed. She says that it's her favorite match, my greatest chance to get a semi-dilated snatch. So when your legs open smoothly and almost mechanically, I know it's the ass whooping fucking Wasabi handed me. God damn! That's a... Can you remember when you weren't such a... Dude, I thought you were actually funny when you weren't such a... Nothing but a... Everywhere I go, look at this damn... Now that's straight up...
sorry to all the black viewers and minority groups who had to put up with that video. I was being cruel, hateful, bigoted, and being very uncaring about people's feelings.
Oh my gosh. Alright, let's wipe that clean. It is the last couple of days of Pride here. Let's make sure that we send it off right. Oh my gosh. I promise that once Pride Month is over, we're not going to be playing that song ever again. Until the next one. Oh my goodness. Let's get started with the real shit.
Uh-oh. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Woo-hoo!
Ronnie, how happy are folks who save hundreds of dollars switching to Geico? I'd say happier than a camel on Wednesday.
Hump day!
Get happy.
Yeah.
Get 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Oh goodness. Hello everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that was enjoyable for you. It's Sunday. It is Sunday, yes, but I missed last Wednesday. So, what's the uncensored version called of the iDub song? Hold on. I'll get it for you. I need to keep a... Give me one moment. I think it's literally just called NF. Yeah, it's literally iCuckles NF. It's a funny song. I guess I missed a couple. That's okay. That's okay. They're kind of obscure enough. That's probably why I missed them. There you go. If you want to listen to that song, go right ahead. Where's the Klessy? Oh, give me one moment. I forgot to switch the models back. I think that's the one. I think it is. Oh, there we go. Why can't I move it? Why is my model stuck? Why is it stuck? I can't move it. Why is it not moving? Do I need to... Okay. Hold on. For some reason, it doesn't want to move. I don't know how to get it to not do that. Feet, yes. There's been a lot of feet shown on the internet recently. How's everybody doing, by the way? I hope everyone's doing fair. Tummy makes me want to punch. Yikes. I don't know how I feel about that. Anyway, how are you all doing today? Happy Sunday. Today is, I think we're going to try and... Oh gosh, why is it not letting me move it? Why can't I move my model? I'm upset right now. Hold on. Can you see me exit? I don't think so. Yeah, for some reason I can't... It won't let me move it. Why? I'm so confused. I don't know how I unlock it. Where's the unlock button? Oh, there it is. Step bro, my model is stuck. Oh, that was good. Aqua just had a 2% issue. It's okay. Is it wrong to find the clown hot? No, it's completely fine. All right, we'll start this over. How's everybody doing today? I hope everyone's doing good. I'm doing good. I've been doing decently well. I think that I've been doing all right. I spent time this morning chilling a little bit. I added a couple more things to today. Not very many, but I did. I'm going to close the Stop Killing Games segment because that's for tonight. Tonight is Stop Killing Games. I was going to do it today, but because we're covering it on Dogwave, I was like, there's no reason for me to repeat everything I'm about to say twice. That's kind of stupid, in my personal opinion. So instead, we're just going to not do that. And instead, we're just going to move forward, you know? And just cover the other two things that I know I won't be covering tonight. So, anyway, I hope people are doing good tonight. This is going to be a little bit... I wouldn't say chill. That's not right. But we are going to, like... Oh, can you guys hear the music? I can't tell. The audio mixer is not telling me. Hold on. Unhide. Okay. Yeah. All right, game audio. I'm going to start hiding the things that I don't need to see. Hide that. Hide that. Hide that. And that. Okay, I can see the thing that actually matters. Yes. All right, thank you. Boomer mom. I'm in like a... I'm not even 30 yet, and I already act like a boomer. It's okay, though. Anyway, today we've only got really 2 things that I wanted to cover within the next 4 hours. Potentially a third that we're going to save towards the end. Because recently, I covered this yesterday. There's a new VTuber on the scene. Her name is Samakosaba. And everybody loves her. Well, almost everybody. I can't imagine why you wouldn't love Samakosaba. She is quite literally, she's quite literally one of the most chill VTubers in the world. However, some people are upset that she exists. Okay. And I am slowly working on bringing up posts about that. But she now exists as an individual, and people are upset with her because she exists. I imagine that there's probably some other reasons, but I can't imagine why people would be upset at this thing. Here, I'm going to show you guys what people are so upset with. All right, this is This is Samakosaba. By the way, she's going to be live in about 20 minutes doing karaoke. And if a bunch of people want to go see that, I understand. All I would ask is you would keep me open in another tab. I would appreciate that. But she's going to be singing some karaoke in about 20 minutes. That's really cool. Now, this is her profile, so I imagine it's safe to scroll it because I don't think she would post or repost anything insane. But a lot of people are upset at this. I don't know why the people would be upset with this. All right, she is literally just a cat. Excuse me, not a cat. My apologies. That's very bigoted of me. She is just a fish. She is just a fish, and you can't get upset at this. All right, you can't get upset at this. However, some people are extremely butthurt. They're extremely mad that this thing exists. maybe it's the fact that she had over 200,000 people at peak that watched her, which quite a lot, in my personal opinion. Quite a lot. I hope to get like a small fraction of that many people in my stream. If I could get 1/100th of that in my stream one day, that would be pretty cool, in my personal opinion. But a lot of people are upset at this thing here. I don't understand why. Again, like she's pretty cute. Very wholesome, in my personal opinion. 202 was the peak. That sounds about right. Some of the meme, like this is a pretty funny meme. I think this was probably my favorite. This is my favorite Saba meme right here. Because just for the cutting of carrots. Keep Picora away from her because she'll cut all the carrots. I guess, but it's perfect. It's beautiful. A lot of people love her. I don't really like a lot of VTubers. I really like the drama that they are in. But Saba's one of the few where I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll give her a chance. 227 was the peak. I would have to see some pictures for it. Okay, I'd have to see some pictures for it. But she definitely got over 200. She definitely got over 200, and that was pretty insane in my personal opinion. But yeah, some people are upset at her. Some people are upset at her for existing, and we're gonna be laughing at least one or two of those. And I'm going to have words for some people. And I am just like I am a nobody on the internet. All right, I am a nobody on the internet. However, I have words for some people. Okay, I have some words for some people. And so because of that, I feel like we'll save her towards the end. We're gonna save the Cope and Sneed for that towards the end, because that I feel like that would be appropriate. She's breaking YouTube on my lap. Yeah, she was destroying YouTube. YouTube like could not handle her. It was kind of funny. Just kind of funny. Anyway, everybody has voted for Vshojo first for today. How many votes did we get? Was that 100 over 100 votes for Vshojo? That's insane. Excuse me, 100 votes and 73% was for Vshojo. That's crazy. Thank you. I appreciate that though, by the way. Vote, by the way, like the stream if you haven't already. I need to make a button that says, no, I do. There we go. I think that button also says like the stream. Yeah, that button says to like the stream. Like the stream, subscribe to the channel. We've got quite a few new people here as of recently, and if you're brand new, please let me know so I can point you out and say hello. But don't forget to like the stream because it does push it in the algorithm. Literally, the more likes on the stream. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Here, let me turn down the music because I want to make sure TTS is out there so you can listen to it. Give me one. Yeah, I don't know why that was... Oh, never mind, I do. It's because it's a new tab. By the way, I switched over to Brave for almost everything. Almost everything. But we switched over to Brave. I kind of like it. I'm going to be slow to switching over. I have all my tabs from my previous day still in Opera, but I'm switching over to Brave. If you don't know what Brave is a privacy browser that comes with its own ad blocker natively in it, and it's much better in my personal opinion. Now, if you are curious, the only reason why I didn't switch over to Brave sooner is because Brave does not have the pop-out feature, at least as far as I know, like Opera does, and Opera is literally that is the only reason why. Literally the only reason why. Okay. So I kept to Opera specifically for that reason. But we're going to switch to Brave. Brave will be my new default browser for all of my online stuff. I still use Google for my private stuff. I use Google for all of my non-me stuff. And that works out pretty well for me, in my personal opinion. And that's how it's going to stay. I'm going to keep my private stuff on a completely different browser for that reason. You can get an extension. It's the music button. I don't know what extension it is. If somebody in Discord could tell me what extension it is, I would love to download it. I will download it for Brave because I would like it. I would desperately like that. So, but it's called Picture in Picture. Somebody sent it to me in Discord, and I will add it. Google is for gooning. No, Google is for me to use my private life stuff. Which is kind of funny considering that Google is less secure than some of these other sites, but it's whatever. I ain't using Brave for my private stuff. Anyway, so you guys all asked for Vshojo first. But before we do that, gonna just remind you of a couple things. First, I have to get used to the fact that I switched around some buttons here. First, I have merch now. If you have not seen it or had the chance to take advantage, I have merch from Uwu Market. You can go You can go shop at uwumarket.us/collection/MommaOcco and take advantage of the Yippee collection here. I have a couple of different stickers. I have a couple of different keychains. I have a jet tag. I have a shirt, hoodie, and crew neck, and I have sweatpants. Some of it's a little expensive. I understand. However, I think that at the most, you should invest in a sticker at the very least because the stickers are awesome. I think the keychains are pretty cool too. And I am definitely buying the jet tag here. So you should take advantage of that. I'm gonna go back a moment. There we go. You should buy them very much so. And then when you buy it, you should show me a picture of it because I want to see it. Don't take a picture of yourself in it, but you should buy it and then show it. What is a jet tag? It goes on your back. It's kind of self-explanatory. It is a tag that goes on your stuff for when you go on planes and stuff. I'm pretty sure that's what it here. I'm gonna double check before I eat my own shoes. Okay. The jet tag is a visible reminder for ground crew to remove these protective covers before aircraft operations commence, ensuring flight safety. I see. So it's just a funny little thing to put on your stuff. I get you. Okay, so a jet tag is literally like a safety feature on planes. However, if you just put it on a piece of merch, I guess it's supposed to remind you to take it with you. I don't know. It's a piece of merch, and a lot of people have been putting jet tags on things, so there you go. Jet tag with my my yippies on them. Oh. Thank you, Tate, for that. I appreciate that. Cop the joggies? Yes, definitely. It's definitely an investment. I will tell you that buying this does support me as well. So if you buy any of this merch, you do support me. Obviously, you support Uwu Market as well, but it does support me as an individual, and you get to show everybody who your favorite Oshi is. Thank you for re-upping on your membership. I appreciate that. 4 months in a row. I hope you're enjoying. If you right-click the video you're watching, you should see a button that says Picture in Picture. I'll have to check that out. Here, let me... there was a video that I was thinking about pulling up for the Saba stuff. Give me 1 second.
So I'm sure you guys heard...
It does not say that. I'm on Brave right now, and it does not say that. Okay. Again, I might have to download thing. Is my merch limited time? No. No, we have not... It is not a limited time thing. I think a good chunk of Uwu Market stuff is non-limited time. For the extension, do we send it in general? No, put it in... Put it in feedback. Put it in feedback. Just throw it in there. Support a hungry yippie? Yes, the yippies are hungry. They want candy. They want candy. They want donuts. In fact, we have started a goal specifically for the yippies to have donuts today. So if you want to donate, they will get fed food today. I'm a Doro supremacist. No yippies allowed. I'm also broke. That's okay. That is all right. Okay. Obviously, viewing the content for free is completely fine and encouraged because you're still here. I would show off who my Oshi is, but Saba merch was gone in 2 minutes. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. It was gone in 2 minutes. I expect that some of it will reappear online eventually. Eventually, unfortunately, by the wrong people. The wrong people are going to resell it. Thank you for putting the extension down in... I don't know if it will work on Brave, but we're going to try it. Okay, so I'm not going to say that name. Not going to say that name. That name definitely is not a kosher name. I don't like that name, personally. I think that that's a joke name, personally. Personally, I think that that name is made as a joke. But, yeah, somebody with that name decided to donate. So I actually did the math on this. I did the math on this here, chat. I'm going to show you. I made a tweet about this here. We're going to talk about Saba antis, but let's talk about Saba not antis. Or maybe this is a troll. Who knows? This individual right here. Again, I'm not saying their name. Their name is kind of funky. But they gifted 50 gift subs 10 times. Okay? So, as I say in my tweet here, 50 gifted memberships... typically, and I double checked this on her stream as well, 50 memberships is $249.99 USD. And if he got 10 of these, and he did buy it in the US, which I'm going to assume he probably did buy it in the US, although there is a trick to buy subs in other countries that I'm not going to talk about because I don't think YouTube wants you to talk about it. But if you buy these, it typically costs $250. Now, I know that this guy already spent money yesterday on her. I know he had bought like 50 at least yesterday, but he bought 10 today. Okay? Which means he spent $2,500 today. Again, if it is actually the amount that we assume it is. If it is the amount, he spent $2,500. I'd ban someone with that name. It depends. I think I heard them buy them using a different currency. I mean, if that's the case, then it's a little different. But we're going to operate on the fact that this guy probably used USD. And if he did, he spent $2,500. It's a lot of money. Thank you for becoming a Yippie. I appreciate it. There's a 500 cap per day. Can't be buying in the US. Okay. Is that just on Super Chats, or is it on everything? If it is on everything, then it's a little different. Doesn't unused gifted memberships get refunded? I don't think so. Listen, there's enough people in her chat that all of those are going to get used. All right. He bought 500. She literally had 200,000 people in her chat yesterday. So there's no shot that they're going to go to people that need them. Because even if like 10% of her fans bought like memberships, that's like 20,000. There's still quite a few others. Ava, thank you for the gift membership. I appreciate that, Ava. Very much appreciated. We're going to enter Virtual News Network here soon. Thank you for becoming a member, Super Iron Bob. Make sure you thank Ava for the membership. We're going to enter in VNN, so anybody that wants to join to talk about Vshojo can join in. I know I have invited a couple of people to come say hi. But today we're going to be talking about, in my opinion, and this is a rat, and a rat that I know pisses off some people, and I find it funny that it pisses off some people. I don't care, though. But we're going to be talking about, in my personal opinion, the death by 1,000 cuts that is Vshojo currently. And it has been, in my personal opinion, something that has just been happening over time. The thing with Vshojo is they typically don't acknowledge any kind of controversy. That's probably a good thing, because when a company acknowledges controversy, it can put themselves in danger. And so Vshojo is typically pretty good about not acknowledging any controversy. The problem is that, like, even if they haven't been, excuse me, even though they typically don't, it still happens. Oh, Super Iron Bob, thank you for gifting a membership as well. Very much appreciated. Very, very much appreciated. My ear trumpet, make sure you say thank you. So Vshojo's kind of like gone in and out of controversy for quite a while. One of the earliest ones that I know of is the one that revolved around Nuxtaku, and that is the one that kind of like left him disenfranchised with the VTuber sphere in general, and then he's just kind of been drifting back and forth. There was also the Hogwarts Legacy one, which caused Silvervale and Vebe to leave and then magically gain Henya, which kind of a crazy situation in my personal opinion. There was the multiple Fruit controversies, especially the one last year where Fruit came out and said wild allegations, then stopped talking altogether, and we have not really seen anything from her ever since. And I pissed off quite a lot of people with my opinions on that. There have been controversy after controversy about how they choose to handle picking up people. And I think what people misunderstand is people don't necessarily hate that they pick up people in the way they do. Because the way that it works is they pick up established creators, and pretty much only established creators, and they don't really pick up new people. Like, for the most part, the only individuals you see in their club, which is what I call this, I call their corporation a club, but the only people that you see get in are friends of friends of friends. And you either have to be friends with some of the top people, and it's typically only one of them, which you can't really see because my head is covering it, but they are typically friends of friends of friends, or they are massive creators who are also friends of friends of friends. So all of the individuals, and I'm not going to say all of the individuals, but for the most part, all of the individuals that you see in Vshojo, at least from the English side, the JP side is probably a little bit different. Probably a little bit I don't pay attention to the JP side. I would actually need to ask somebody that pays attention to the JP side to give me interesting, to give me information. But like at the very least for the English side, almost everybody is friends of friends of friends. And none of them were really, in my personal opinion, hired normally, like scouted and hired normally. You forgot like 2 more of friends. Very true. Very, very true. Ava, thank you for being a member for 9 months. I'm going to wait for it to show up here. By the way, I'm going to turn this into a VOD later-ish. I think. Is it going to show up? I hope it does. Is it not going to show up? It's not going to show up. All right, I'm upset now. Why is it not showing up? It's just not going to show up. All right, I'm just going to read it. Ava for 9 months. Vshojo has 21 talents in total. All of them were established creators or professionals before being brought on. You don't have to say it. I can. No, you're good. You're good. But like, again, all of the individuals that are in the party are established creators. And there is no issue with that. All right. Nobody cares that they only hire the best of the best, because guess what? That is a normal thing in the industry. You want to hire the best of the best in any company. All right. That's like not a crazy out of pocket thing to wish for. When you have a company that wants the best of the best people that have exited college and have a degree showing that they know how to do what they do, you should be hiring the best of the best. And so in a way, I think it is very normal for them to only be looking for the people that they know will bring people's eyes and attention. However, they also do the one thing that companies do that everybody hates, and that is ghost hiring, in my personal opinion. Maybe that's not the right way of saying it, but like they put out feelers and say, we're hiring guys, we're hiring, we're putting out feelers for new talent or talent that nobody has seen before. And then they never get hired and nothing ever happens. And they never talk about it. They never acknowledge it. They never tell you why those individuals are never seen. I personally have seen a couple people say, oh, I auditioned, and then they're like, oh, I didn't get in. So, but we don't really know any small individual, like pretty much none of the individuals at the very least on the English side, none of the wow, they have very few people left on the English side. They've already removed a couple of people, which is really funny, but none of the individuals on the English side are small creators. All of them were big or were from somewhere else beforehand. JP side, I have absolutely no idea. I could not tell you personally. I know at the very least 2 of the creators on the JP side were very big before coming over. No idea about the other individuals. So we're not going to speak about them. We're not going to include the JP side. They really don't matter. We're just going to be poking at the English branch for today. But they put out these feelers saying, hey, we're looking for brand new talent. We need new eyes. We want awesome individuals. And then nobody gets hired. Nobody gets hired. Instead, the most recent controversy, before we're talking about the graduations that are happening from Vshojo, but the most recent drama that they got themselves into was hiring Amelie. Okay? Amelie is the most recent individual that was brought on. And everybody had issues with this because they have had auditions open, quote unquote, open for like a year or so. And then they're like, oh, by the way, we're bringing on Amelie. Just bringing on one of the biggest VTubers in the entire sphere, period. We're just bringing her on. And a lot of people were very obviously and very rightfully, in my personal opinion, upset because it's just like, what the fuck? You promised that you were going to bring on nobodies, or that you were going to bring on people that nobody is like familiar with, and you bring on, in my personal opinion, the biggest of the VAs in the scene. One of the most respected at the very least, and somebody that I'm pretty sure doesn't really get into trouble. She's also one of the cleanest individuals in the VTuber sphere. Kind of, like, I think she's had a couple moments, but for the most part, she's like one of the cleanest, period. And so a lot of people were upset with that because it's just like, you say that you're going to bring on new talent. You're going to bring on new blood or people that have like barely broken out on the scene. You bring on Amelie. Now, I remember at the time that Zentreya also made a big deal about it, saying, I wish that people wouldn't like act like this or talk like this. It's just like, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, ma'am and sir, because they're 2 people. But when you have a company that typically does this, I thought she was invited. I believe that she was invited. I don't think she like auditioned or anything. And again, that's the other part of the problem, which I don't want to like break my thought, but like you have an individual that was invited when you already have auditions open, and it really doesn't make sense why. And some people feel like there's not enough communication about this, and they already have a reputation for not hiring people or never like going through their auditions or finishing their auditions. And what sucks is maybe they do go through their auditions and they just haven't found somebody yet. Who knows? But like the lack of transparency is what is frustrating people. And this has carried on through the year with suddenly what was her name? Madara Khan, who was the I think she's a please correct me if I'm wrong. I don't pay attention to these people unless they get into drama, but like Madara Khan, who was former Niji, got in with Vshojo, and she was in Vshojo for a while. And then she was fired. And they don't say that she was let go. They say basically that she was fired. I don't know if that's word for word, but they're like, she's gone. We decided to terminate her contract. She's out of here. And we find out that the reason why Madara was gone, it is actually her fault. It was actually, like, it was justified. In my personal opinion, it was justified. What she was doing. And I built up this analogy, and I feel like it's a pretty good analogy. What Madara was doing is what Vshojo does to make money is they don't take your money from AdSense or your donations. They make money through merch. Okay. Merch is their bread and butter. If you are not selling merch, they are not making money. So it's understood that if you're not meeting quota, all right, which I kind of liken to having a job at a dealership, where the dealership expects you to make a certain amount of sales in order for you to keep your job. And if you're not meeting quota, they're going to wonder if there is something wrong with you. So with Madara, the issue is that she wasn't selling merch for them. she actually had a side company that she was selling merch through. And when they found out, they're like, what the fuck? So I liken that to, you work at a dealership, you're not meeting quota. However, you are going to a side job, and your side job is where you are selling cars. And if I am the car dealership owner, if I am Vshojo, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this is literally how I make money, and you are going to my competitor, or you're going to somebody else, and you're choosing to just sell it over there. So, in my personal opinion, I don't hate Madara, but I do think that if that's actually what she was doing, if that's actually the stuff that was alleged, if it was true, then yeah, that is pretty justified to fire somebody. It's like you are going around your employer's back, or not. I don't really know the full details, but like you're basically going around their back and making money without them, and that's not what you're supposed to do. When literally their only way of making money is through merch, you should be going through them for the merch. Again, that's what I was. Oh, it's not loud enough. I'm gonna have to fix that. Hold on. That's not loud at all. Here, let me turn that up. That's still not loud enough. I'm trying to... I have a soundboard. I'm trying to add soundboard stuff. Allegedly. That's much better. So, allegedly, that's why she was fired. And I don't think you should hate her for that. I just thought... Listen, when I heard that was the alleged reason, I kind of started laughing because I thought it was funny. Now, personally, if I was doing that to Rage and making merch was his only way of making money, I can understand why he might fire me. So I wouldn't do that. Now, that's not really the only reason. I heard that she was also bad about going to meetings and shit. So there's probably a litany of reasons. Maybe she just wasn't a good employee for Vshojo. And you know what? That happens. There's bad employees at every single company. There's bad bosses at every single company. And it sounds like she might just not have been the best employee. But, oh well. It was just kind of funny, in my personal opinion. Stop being ignorant, allegedly. Yes. I don't like her. She's a is she actually commie? That's crazy. If that's true, that is crazy. Here, let me see if I actually have because I did have tweets for it. No, not that one. There it is. Okay, so here is the tweet actually for this. This is from Vshojo themselves. Dear community members, we wanted to share that after careful thought and consideration, we've made the difficult decision to formally part ways with Madara on May 5th. We're genuinely grateful for everything she brought to Vshojo and wish her the best moving forward. Goodbyes are never easy, and we understand many of you deeply care about Madara as we do. Best way to support us both right now is with kindness, understanding, and respect for everyone's feelings and privacy. That ain't happening. During this transition, we're committed to our incredible talent community and the values we share. Thank you for your empathy and continued support.
Thank you, user, for the follow.
Thank you for the follow. Is it because she's Russian? Is she actually Russian? I don't know very much about her, personally. Personally, I really don't know very much about her. But it was kind of funny. Because, like, if you look at their other statements, like, even the Zentreya one, it was a little bit different. But we'll get into that. We'll be getting into that. Because we got Zentreya one. We have Giga's as well, because Giga is also gone. Sorry, I'm spoiling a little bit here. But that was basically the Madara drama. All right. Now, speaking of Giga, the next drama, I would say, and I can't remember if this was before or after, but Giga got herself into some drama when she became a spokesperson for VTubers on behalf of Twitch. On behalf of Vshojo for Twitch. Because what happened is Giga had an interview with the CEO of Twitch. Now, I need to ask everybody, put a 1 or 2 in the chat. 1, if you knew who Giga was before this interview, and 2, if you did not. I'm genuinely curious. Because before this interview with the Twitch CEO happened, I had no idea who Giga was. Absolutely zero idea. And I'm not just saying that to be mean. I legitimately didn't know. And I thought I knew most of the members in Vshojo because obviously I knew Fruit was in Vshojo. I knew that Haruka and Hime Hajime was in Vshojo. I knew Iron Mouse. I knew they had the boy. I knew Michi and Melody and obviously Zentreya. I had no idea who Giga was. And maybe it's just because I don't pay attention to them. But like when I saw somebody that I'd never known of before, never seen before, and had absolutely no idea what her content was like, I was just kind of surprised to see that she was becoming like a spokesperson for VTubers on behalf of VTubers with the CEO of Twitch talking about things. And I was just kind of surprised. Gonna be real. I just never knew who she was. Now, a lot of people did not like this interview. In fact, excuse me. Thank you. A lot of people did not like this interview because it really wasn't an interview. It was more of a just, can you clarify one or two minor things for me? And that was about it. There was a lot of just like talking about stuff, but there really was no actual conversation around the matter. And I didn't like it. I thought it was a horrible interview. I thought that she did a bad job and that she should have felt bad for it. And then we later find out that Giga's like former corporate, like not corporate as in Vshojo, like corporate as in she had a corporate job. And I was like, okay, I understand now. She knew how to dance around the corporate ways, and you know, kind of made sense to me. Didn't make me like her any more or less. In fact, it made me like her less because she knew the corporate stature and decided to keep it when she should have been asking the hard questions. But you know what? It's whatever. I'm still waiting for Shy Lily to get that interview, you know? I would much rather have her do that interview because I feel like Shy Lily might be a little bit more, you know? I don't know. But anyway, Giga had that interview. A lot of people didn't like her for it, and a lot of people said that she did a horrible job for it. Happened, it moved on. She kind of got upset at chat for that, but you know, it's whatever. It's whatever. But now we move on to today. Okay, we move on to today. That's not happening. Yeah, I don't think the actual interview is going to happen anytime soon. I think that you should never expect that we're going to get an interview with Dan Clancy that will actually be of substance or of worth. And the reason why I think that is because all of the individuals that would be given this opportunity are going to be told beforehand that they need to toe the line and that they need to not rock the boat, basically. So, you're not going to get an interview of substance where you actually see people questioning the narrative and actually walking up and saying, why the fuck? You know, you're just not going to get it. The closest you're going to get, and I don't believe in like stalking people, or I don't believe in harassment, but the only way you're going to get this is if you meet this man at TwitchCon and you just blatantly say, like, can I ask you a question or two? And then you ask him just straight down, I need you to answer this. Why do you do this? This feels like it's extremely unfair to people. And it feels like, I feel like that's the only way you're going to get it. But even then, you're not going to get a straightforward answer from the guy. You're not going to get it. He's going to throw around that he can't answer because he can't talk about certain people's bans, even though he does. And even though he does talk to people about some bans, and he's very selective about it. And it's just like, you're not going to get the answer you want. I'm telling you right now, you are never going to get, like, this is something that I've had to come to Christ with. You're never going to get the satisfaction of knowing why they are the way they are. It's like one of those, you have to wait till you're dead to get the answer you seek. So, but like, you know, it's whatever. Anyway, still on the vein of Giga. Still on the vein of Giga here. Give me one moment. I'm going to zoom in a little bit on this. Recently, on the 25th. So I was on my vacation when this happened. This was kind of a surprise to a lot of people. All right. But Vshojo came out with a statement. I don't know which happened first. I want to say it was either Giga that said it or Vshojo said it. I think Giga said it first, but we're going to go through this one first. Vshojo would put out a statement saying, we would like to share that Giga will be parting ways with Vshojo on June 27th. So this happened 2 days ago. Giga has been an incredible member of Vshojo since she joined in 2023. Again, I had no idea who this woman was. She's been in the company for 2 years, and I did not know who this woman was until she had that interview, okay? Unironically, I thought Giga was like a joke name for Zentreya's lizard personality. Don't hate me, but that's legitimately what I thought it was. Okay? So that's why I was so surprised to hear that Giga was a real person. And maybe that's very horrible of me to say, but like I just didn't know who she was. But anyway. Her humor and collaborative spark have shaped Vshojo's culture, and we're excited to keep cheering her on in this next chapter. The impact that she has had on Vshojo will not be forgotten on stream and behind the scenes. Giga will keep her IP, and we wish her the best on this journey moving forward. Any merch on the website will still be available for purchase until June 27th. Thank you for your understanding and continued support. So they do put a very nice thing in here, saying that Giga will get to keep her IP. They didn't mention that with Madara. I don't know if Madara had to give her IP back or anything. I don't actually know how that works. I haven't paid attention to her, but they didn't mention that. That was very interesting. It was very, very interesting. You can definitely infer words and actions. Yes, you can. It's obviously like they're very much trying to say different stuff here. Giga already owned her IP. Well, that's what I expected. That's what I expected. So, Vshojo doesn't keep models. I figured. Madara kept her IP. That's kind of what I figured. You know what? You're right. I'm wrong. I'm wrong because I did see that she's getting a new outfit here soon. She got a new outfit, so you know. So you know. She's still streaming with it. Perfect. I mean, I even listen. Once she hopped off Vshojo, I stopped paying attention. So it's whatever. It's good that she got to keep it though. You know, I don't know why they mentioned it with one person, not another, but it's whatever. Vshojo so far doesn't take IPs. We don't know if that applies to the JP talents they debuted. We'll see. We'll see. I feel like the JP side is probably going to be a little bit more well kept because it's by people that probably know what they're doing. I don't know. I don't know if that's mean for me to say, but you know. Anyway, her Empress outfit's good. I heard that some people were excited for it. Anyway, so around the same time, because it was exactly the same time. At exactly the same time, Giga would put out her own statement on the matter, and then she would immediately go live afterwards to answer questions about this. Okay? So we're going to read this statement as well. Then we have the video, and for the video, I am going to pop in to call for people that want to jump in with me. Quote, as of June 27th, I'm terminating my contract with Vshojo and will be independent creator once again. This decision took a long time to come to terms with, but is definitely the best choice for my future. I love my members in Vshojo more than I could ever say, and I will always be their friend and support. There's no world where I want to be without them, both as a creator and as a person, and that is something that doesn't require a contract with an agency to still hold true. I am wishing all the remaining girls and our dog success always, because you got to remember they do have one boy in there. I'd like to thank my manager at Vshojo, Kenzo, for always doing his absolute best for me and making the most of our time working together. Love you lots. As far as my streaming goes, nothing will change from this. As an indie, I've handled pretty much everything myself and can easily do so again. Nothing changed when I joined, nothing changing as I leave. I do have a lot of cool projects coming up very soon, so I'd appreciate everybody's support. I'll see you on stream soon. Smiley face. So let's go ahead here. And I'm going to pull up the video because she did do a video. It is 10 minutes long. We're going to go through all of it. And then we'll continue here. Just give me one moment. Okay. Of course, nothing changes. I don't think Vshojo does anything. Fair enough. I'll give my predictions kind of towards the end here. Terminating is some strong language. Yeah, I think she herself did it. I want to say that she probably asked to leave. If I'm going to be real with you. I think she asked herself to leave. Personally. Ow. I just bit my tongue. Ow. Ow, that fucking hurts. Oh. Hi.
Why?
Oh. Okay. We're gonna play. I just bit my tongue. That hurt. Let's go.
Oh, Jesus, what happened?
I don't know. All right, let's get moving. Oh goodness. Here, let me stream that for you so you can hear it. You should be able to watch it now too, because you've got good internet.
Oh my gosh, it's so rid. I downloaded Baldur's Gate 3 in 30 minutes.
Congratulations. That's pretty
It's a
fast.
150 gigabyte game.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's get started.
I am leaving Vshojo. I'm leaving Vshojo. Sorry if this was a surprise, however, there's literally no way for this to not be a surprise, so...
Oh, is that Giga?
I mean, what can you do?
Yes, this is Giga. She is like the best way to describe
She's a
it
corpo
is
VTuber. She interviewed Dan Clancy, did she?
yes. The best way to describe her is she is like a Bloodborne. She looks like she jumped out of Bloodborne, basically.
She does. She looks like I might be related to her. She's got the elf ears. She's got the vampire face.
It's possible. So VTubers are retiring? No, chat. VTubers are not retiring. They're just jumping from one place to another. I have an overarching opinion of it that we'll kind of get to as we go through this.
I have a theory as well, but I'll broach.
Mm-hmm.
This is a choice I
later,
have
though.
been considering for quite some time. This is a choice I've been thinking about a lot. This was not a quick decision or anything like that. This is something that was a lot of thought. And I want to say I announced this Wednesday, 2 days before the actual leaving date. I want to make sure you know this wasn't announced because it was just decided then or anything like that. This is something that was decided a while back.
I want to know how far back she's talking about. I don't know if this was before she decided to do the interview or not. I think it would be very dumb to say when it was decided, because then people are going to try and like look back through every single thing that happened. But I am curious to know if it happened before or after this interview, or if the interview had some sort of...
She would be a lot more difficult to pin on, like, cause like people were shocked that Zentreya was for leaving Vshojo, but I'm like, guys, 2 months ago she posted that you don't need Vshojo to Matara being fired. So like that one, there's a hint, right? Giga, Nodal before or after the interview, but there's really no pinning it down.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, but like, I want to know how far back it goes. Some people have rats about the audio is low. Okay, I'll turn it up just a little bit. Some people have rats for where they think this is going to go. We'll talk about that later, but some people are thinking that Vshojo is getting ready to merge with Brave Group, which would be interesting if that's the case.
Really?
Yeah. Anyway, let's...
Yeah, we'll have to later for sure discuss that, because I think this is a renaissance or an awakening of indie VTuber. I think people are waking up and going, you know what? These like VTubers are speedrunning the MGM or with the media management company bullshit that like Smosh and Ray William Johnson, all of them went through. I think VTubers are like speedrunning this and realizing, no, I can do this indie.
Mm-hmm. Or some of them are realizing maybe they just need a manager and that's it.
That's pretty much all you need.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. All right.
And then this is just our announcement date and our departure date. There were a few people that saw the announcement and were like, oh my god, this is such short notice. You decided and then you're leaving in 2 days. But no, it was a longer process than that, okay? This is a very sad and upsetting thing for me. At the same time, it's bittersweet because there are a lot of good things that are coming out of this, which is why I made this decision. And I'll talk about, you know, the future and what I can do and etc. so that you understand that. But the way I'm speaking about this is going to be really matter of fact. There's a lot of stuff that I cannot say. Again, I am under or have been under contract, and I am always going to be under NDA, you know, things like that. And there are a lot of legal reasons why I won't be able to go into certain things.
I'm sorry, pause. Always? No.
No, that's a lie.
No, you're not
that's
always
a lie.
going to be. There's no NDA that could be enforced in the United States that just lasts and perpetuate. Like you can, like, an infinite NDA. No, they expire usually 2 to 4 years afterwards. I have heard of 10-year NDAs, but again, they do eventually run out, and then you can talk about the stuff.
Yeah. I think that she's saying that because she knows most people won't, because she did used to be a corporate individual herself. I think she's expecting most people to not know that that's not true. But ma'am, that's not true. That's not true. You can talk about it in X amount of years.
Zephyr?
Ma'am, you wrong. You lying.
Now, I might just be a simple country little a bat thing. I don't know what the fuck I am, but I think this person's lying.
Yeah, I do think that she's wrong about that one. Military ones can go forever. You know, people want to ask her questions. It's her way of saying, don't ask me.
Yeah.
Well, I listen, it's fine if you want to say, don't ask me about it. Don't say, oh, I'm under NDA, because that's not true. It's a lie, and it makes it sound disingenuous to the people that know.
Like, it's all right to say that you're under NDA, but just like, don't say you're under NDA forever, or just say like, hey, I'm not going to talk about these things. There have been many VTubers who've gone, hey, I don't want to talk about this. Let's not bring it up. And then the chat usually respects that. So
yeah,
like, that's all she needs to do. This just gives me more corporal vibes.
It
like,
is.
This is somebody telling me they're quitting a corporal, but they're still like, you can quit corporal, but the corporal can't quit you, it seems.
Yeah. And it's just like, yes, she is probably under some form of NDA. I can agree and recognize that. However, I don't like where she's like, oh, I'll always be under an NDA, or I'll be under this forever. It's just like, no, you won't. No, you won't, ma'am. Sorry, I'm not going to stay harped on it. I just find it funny.
Government, military NDAs, you know?
If that's actually the case, then I'm surprised that she's choosing to give it up. I don't know. Schizos don't care about NDAs? It's fair.
If I can't say something or I can't comment on it, it's okay if you ask, if you go in my chat and you're like, what about this? And I can't say it. I won't just gloss over it. I'll just go, hey, I can't answer that, you know, so you know, because I want to be very, as much as I can be, very open and honest on that. I've gotten to process a lot of this, so I feel very comfortable talking about it and all that. Sorry for not crying in this video or whatever, but again, this is something that has been a long time coming. As far as my members go, there's no world in which I don't want to be in a group with them. From a social perspective, from a personal perspective, I love them so much. But Vshojo isn't just a group of some creators and that's it. It's a company. It's a company with staff and all of this. And at the end of the day, if what I want and how I want to do things doesn't align with the company side of things, then my choice is, do I want to work with the company or not, right? It's a business thing. So I want to make that really, really, really clear. The members have nothing to do with this decision other than making leaving really difficult for me, because I have so
which means that it's all up to management, and the management is the reason why. Also,
yeah, I mean, because here's the thing. I looked it up, especially after Matarakon's separation from Vshojo. Vshojo makes most of their money through the merchandise sales. And I'm sorry, I look at the merchandise sales for these people. Giga is kind of like on the lower end of that list, and so was Matara.
Well,
so like,
with
she
Matara,
might have quit while she was ahead, but I think this was a slow burn that Vshojo would have eventually, look, you're not selling enough, you're not hitting the numbers we want you to hit. You know, we're not going to renew your contract. It will be a termination, but it's just a choice of not renewing it, you know?
Well, with Matara, I think the big problem with her is she decided to go to somewhere else to do her merch.
She had bad merch sales, and she was also, well, she did that. She missed meetings. Like, there was a number of things.
With Giga, I just don't think that she was as popular as people were thinking. And I'm not trying to say that to be mean. Trust me. I am trying to not be mean when I say that, chat. But I don't think that, like, if you want to put her on... I mean, like, I do think she's likable. I just don't think she is on the same pedestal as a lot of the other people. Because, again, I never heard about this woman until the interview that she did. So I didn't know...
Oh, really?
Yes. The first time I knew about her was the interview.
I actually remember her debut. And she came out modeling herself after, like as a corpo-savvy VTuber, as somebody with a corpo experience, like management in upper middle management. In the same way that I branded myself as a VTuber who has experience in law, that's what she did. I'm like, oh, this is interesting. But it just, I don't know. It seems funny to me that the corpo gal... I think she had the foresight to see that she wasn't going to hit the numbers sustainably that Vshojo would want her to. And like, yeah, she's decide to part ways, and it's a good on a high note, but like it was very much, I see I'm not going to be able to hit the numbers and the quotas that Vshojo is going to want me to.
Mm-hmm. It's very possible. And it's not really anything against her. I really don't think it's anything against her. I just think that compared to everybody else, there was just an obvious divide, basically. And I can understand why she might want to get away from that. Thank you, Elysis, for the 5 Canadian. $5 to
all
have
Vshojos do.
the bat perch on the bosom. Okay, I can do that for you. Hold
Like
on.
a what? Yeah, Zentreya actually, I believe Zentreya has brought on a lot of these girls.
Yes. I think Zentreya is the reason why a lot of these people are there.
Matsura, and I'm pretty sure Matsura got into Vshojo because of Zentreya.
And what's funny is Madara brought on a lot of the other individuals that came from Niji as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Anyway, let's continue. Thank you for the 5, by the way.
So much love for them, and I do love being in a group with them, and I want that. However, they're my friends, right? They're my friends, and if I want to do things with them, I can DM them and ask them to do things with me. They can,
obviously,
if they want to be my friend, they can DM me and say, hey, do you want to do this? That is something that has always been the case, something that will always be the case. So just to clarify, because a lot of people did ask, like, oh my god, can you still be with the members, right? Can you still do things with them?
offered a correction here. Matsura-kan got in through Mousy, Haruka and Giga got in through Zen.
Okay.
But again, it's still the same point, which is like these founding talents, like the first generation of talents for Vshojo, are kind of like your gate for getting into Vshojo. And I think that's a big problem that people have, is not that they're, you know, hiring friends or sub-creators or whatever, it's that they do that, but they also, quote-unquote, pretend to open up auditions to like your average person. I put in an audition for Vshojo. I didn't even hear back. But, I mean, we all knew as soon as Alma-Lee was hired, oh, well, we knew where that was going to happen. Everyone called it a mile away. And so it's like, why even open auditions then? I mean, if you're going to do discarded hiring process, it's fine. Just be upfront about it.
Yeah. Michi is Madara? Yeah. No, I figured.
Can you still collab? Will you still be? Yeah, I just have to DM them. I don't think it will feel any different from your guys' perspective, but I just want to make that clear because a few people asked. As they said in their tweet, you know, Vshojo mentioned I did work a lot internally and externally to promote, improve, move forward the brand, the company. I absolutely did, and a lot of the stuff that I did is not stuff that you guys would ever see. You would never see the hours put in. The results of these things you wouldn't even see. You know, this is stuff that just was, a lot of it was purely back end. There were some things that didn't get over the finish line that I want to be able to do now, etc. I don't know how to say this other than like, hey man, I put a lot of time in. Sorry it wasn't stuff that you could see, but I really, really, really did. And the good thing that comes out of this with me being independent is a lot of that time that I spent working on something internal is now just my own time that I reclaim, right? It's just my own time that
I wonder, I don't really know how much she chose to stream, but it's making me kind of sound like, she decided to sacrifice a lot of personal time for the internals of the company, and maybe she was just done doing that. Maybe she saw the writing on the wall with something. Again, if the rats people are saying about Vshojo is true, maybe she saw the writing on the wall and said, I really don't want to devote time to this anymore, and decided to move on. If that's true, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. So
I can use, for example, YouTube videos that I want to do. There were a lot of stream ideas that I had that some of them I kind of did initially, and then didn't do for a while. I want to be able to do those. On top of this, you know, so much of what I was doing, like on this channel, for example, I was so focused on the group, pushing forward like good PR. You know, I joined during a year when the group had just lost a bunch of talents, and then one joined, and then it was me. There was still a lot of uncertainty.
She's even saying it, yeah.
Kind of like sitting there like, what's gonna happen, you know? And so my goal was to do positive, good PR realistically, right? And just talk about my experience and talk about a lot of things. And I ended up doing so much of that on my own channel that I felt like, looking back, I went, you know, I really didn't go over a lot of the topical stuff that I wanted to initially before I started, you know, doing a lot of these videos. I don't know, I feel like we still hit some of it and a lot of people really loved a lot of that stuff, but I want to make sure that that is the lion's share of what's being done. So in the future, a lot of the topics that I had, a lot of the ideas for video formats that I had, all of these things, those are all moving forward, which is going to be really nice. I'm excited for that. For the future, I come from a background that's like very ultra corporate, working in big companies. So I'm excited to be 100% the owner of all operations, business stuff, setting up communications, how we're going to do things, etc. I like working with a small team on this. I like very collaborative work, you know, and being able to have their input on it as well. And that's what I'll be able to do as an indie. I feel like that suits me really well. I don't dislike doing things in bigger structures necessarily. I don't hate that.
Okay, so she's not going to be joining Mythic Talent anytime soon.
No, but again, I think I remember, who was it, who recently joined Mythic, and they said, like, they're joining, but, like, Mythic is only helping them handle some of their merchandise stuff. There's no manager, there's no, like, Mythic is probably one of the more loose VTuber, quote-unquote, corpos out there.
No, yeah. I mean, like, again, I don't think Mythic, I think Mythic is, like, a very different,
very different business model, like intrinsically.
Yeah. Yep. Pretty much.
It just, for right now, I think this is what I need. On top of that, here are things that I can talk about for sure. Merch control and all that, being able to be involved in decision making and doing everything with deciding, you know, I want this, I want that, I want this number of these things. I kind of already did. I was always able to work with who I wanted. I was always able to be very involved, and that's not going to change.
Mythic finds sponsors for you? Yes. The way that works is Mythic, it just helps you get money, and they take a cut of it. That's all they do, basically. And I would say that technically they do more because they have such a wide repository of individuals in there. It would be...
for networking purposes, being a part of Mythic, I imagine, it's definitely a plus.
It would be insane to say that you don't gain more benefits than just saying, oh, you have a partner manager that helps you make money. It would be massively insane. The amount of individuals in that group that collaborate with themselves is proof enough to me that they all play around with each other whenever possible. So Mythic is more than just, in my personal opinion, a deal finding company. They also have the crowd that people work around with. So
yeah, you have a mass, and somebody just said, Requiem Teenage just said Giga hates lewds. No wonder she wasn't popular in Vshojo or in general. I will say,
really?
That was probably one of my main... Yeah, that was one of my things, because I remember them debuting. All of their outfits and stuff. You'll notice it's very conservative.
That makes sense.
And definitely for, like, Vshojo and, like, how, like, degenerately horny it seems the talents can be sometimes. I think that, like, yeah, Giga wasn't exactly a great fit there.
Yeah. Networking is obvious reason with... No, yeah, that, like... I don't think people should get it wrong. Mythic is literally a good place if you want to network with other individuals and grow off of that. I think it'd be very silly to not think that doesn't happen. But like it serves multiple purposes, in my personal opinion. Anyway, Giga's condescending attitude does not do her any favors. Yeah, when you are a corporate individual, sometimes you just have the corporate...
You have that corporate air of superiority that just absolutely fucking puts my teeth on edge.
Will be available. The link to the store will be a different link, and that's probably the only difference you'll feel. Other benefits of doing things myself being indie is like just full control over legal and financial as well, right? Just I have my own lawyer hired in for everything.
Oh, that's interesting.
Financial, I am overseeing 100%.
I'm sorry,
all the information on how everything's going.
You should absolutely have your own fucking lawyer. Even if you work with the company, they're the ones that negotiate for you and represent your interests when it comes to your communication between you and the company. Like, the company has their lawyer, sure, and they have legal help purpose, but you should always have your own personal lawyer.
Yeah.
Whether or not you're indie or a corporate VTuber. That's insane that she's like, oh, now I have my own lawyer. Well, you should have had one beforehand as well.
I wish I could afford a lawyer, but best I got is your opinion.
Well, you got askalawyer.com. It's fine.
I guess.
And what status everything's at, aggregated in front of me all the time, is good. Because I'm a streamer, right? I'm a content creator. I need to be the point person on a lot of this for me to function the way I want. Same thing with sponsorships, kind of similar to the merch where, you know, most of the sponsorship stuff I did myself anyway. Again, you know, a vast majority of sponsorships are things where I have a direct relationship with some company already, and that's how I facilitate a lot of this stuff, or, you know, they email me and I just talk to them. As far as events go, I have a lot planned with that too. You'll still see me having a big presence at a lot of conventions, as I always did. We're gonna do walkarounds, we're gonna do things at booths, we're gonna have meet and greets and all of that. A lot of the ones that I did, you know, with third party anyway, so that's not really gonna change. The only difference is if you go to AX and you see a Vshojo booth or something and you see a bunch of faces plastered on the side, my face is not gonna be one of the faces plastered on the side. That's really it. Like, you won't see
It's still a big
that,
deal, my personal opinion.
but
I feel like she's downplaying
turn
it.
around and look across the hall, my face will probably be over there.
Yeah,
okay, so
a little bit of
last thing,
downplay.
there were a couple of FAQs when I announced on during my stream and on Twitter that I was leaving. There were people asking the same questions over and over, so I wanted to state the answers here just to keep that really clear. I did have my editor grab stuff from my stream and put that on my clips channel, so there is that as well. You may have already seen that, but I just wanted to put it here. Number one, are you graduating? No, this
Obviously
is not a
not.
graduation. If anyone's like, what does that mean? Because you don't watch VTubers a lot. That's when a VTuber retires their character. No, this is not that. I'll be streaming as usual. My schedule has not changed at all. I'm still gonna be Giga. I've owned all of my channels the whole time. Literally everything I've always owned. Out before, during, and after Vshojo.
What sucks is some people actually do need to hear that and don't understand the difference. And I get it. I kind of do. I just... I knew that wasn't going to come. I knew that wasn't happening.
You know, none of that's changing. Are you gonna keep streaming? It's kind of in the same vein. Absolutely, yes. Again, my schedule's not changing. That's it. A lot of folks were asking, oh my god, are you gonna be able to collaborate with the Vshojo members? And will you? Yeah, absolutely.
They do that all the time with non-members,
first
so.
and foremost. So,
Yeah.
again, if we want to collab, they want to collab with me, that's going to happen. That was the way it was before I joined. They invited me to the Minecraft server because I was a friend of theirs. I wasn't even slated to join the group or in talks about joining the group or anything like that when they asked me to join. They were just like, we like you, you're our friend, join our Minecraft server, you know? And I was allowed to do that. I don't see any reason why things like that can't still happen.
Unironically, I think that's how she was able to join. They said, we join our Minecraft server, and then they're like, okay, join us now. I think that's unironic. She unironically just...
A lot of them have seemed to like come in through the Minecraft server. I'm not lying. Like, I have noticed that.
Yeah. Join our Minecraft server. Now become a member of our little corpo here. Okay.
Last question that a lot of people had was, oh my god, what's happening to your merch? Because I do have merch stocked and we were just selling it off of the Vshojo site, but now the Vshojo site for my merch is closing Friday the 27th. It'll be done. You know, if you didn't get to get any of that and you're like, but I really wanted that thing. I don't know exactly what's going to happen yet. We're still talking about it. There's so many back-end loose ends still being tied up as far as like small things like that go. I'll let you know when I know, here, Discord, Twitter, everywhere, once I know what's happening with it. But I'm going to be given some options and I'm going to choose, you know, what I feel like doing. If I take the merch myself, I just take it, I just have it. It will just be on a different link and that's it, in its own store. I might not, I don't know, I'm not sure yet. I probably will, we'll see. I'll keep you updated, that's all. Any updates related to anything in the future, I usually post on Discord first. You can ask questions in Discord, mods will ping me and be like, hey, you know, what about this? So if you want a quick answer to anything.
You know, I should see if I could interview her. That would be interesting. She might obviously say no, but I'm gonna ask. I want to see if I can ask her anyway.
My Discord is the best spot to go to. Twitter, I will inform people. On here in this community tab, I will inform people. I'll just keep it updated. Yeah, if you care about any of that, if that's something you were worried about, that's where to go. And that is all. I want to say, I said this on stream, I want to say it again. This was a business decision. This didn't have anything to do with the members. This didn't have anything to do with anything.
I appreciate at the very least she's saying what we all knew.
Specific decisions that they made. It wasn't like one thing or a specific thing
it's
that
not her
caused
trying
this.
to like.
This was an overall looking at everything.
It's not her trying to like what?
It's not hard trying to like make things out to be not what we all see them to be,
Mhm.
which is what a lot of people do.
Yep.
So at least being straight, you know, brownie points for that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Everything in front of me, I wanted to make this decision, right? If someone tries to point out something, they think it's this, they think it's that, and I didn't explicitly say it myself, they made it up. They made it up. Okay? Have a good one, and I will see you on stream.
Okay, cool. Thank you for that. I'm gonna join our Discord literally right now.
Kick in the doors and go, rev up those fryers.
Okay, I'll get that figured out. But that's the video by Giga. There we go. I'll figure that out later. An interview sounds good. Yeah, I like doing interviews with people. I still want to interview Tectone, even though people might not like him that much. I still feel like it would be a good idea to interview him. I want to interview. I don't know. I just like talking to people. It's fun. It's very, very fun.
I know Legal Mindset's been up with Tectone and Tectone probably has a pretty, like, there's a non-zero chance that Tectone has a very good defamation lawyer now.
Does he really?
Yes. Enter actually pointed it out during stream. He was reacting to something. He said, "Hey, Tectone, if you need DM, send me a DM to whatever. We'll find you a defamation lawyer."
Mhm.
In reaction to like these same people who he calls all forward, they ban him. It's looking like he's being permanently banned, but them calling him all these actual things like a rapist and all those other things, it's like, yeah, absolutely he could sue, but his thing has always stopping him has been, well, it's expensive. It'd be like $500,000-$600,000 in years.
Yep.
He saw the clip where Legal Mindset's like, no, if you know the right lawyers and you actually know what you're doing and do some shopping, you could probably get like Ethan's lawsuit to probably amount to around a little over 100,000 if he has the right type of lawyer. Tectone's like, oh shit, that cheap? Well, maybe I should get a lawyer. So that's kind of we might be seeing some other very high-profile creator lawsuits here.
That would be interesting, and I can't wait to see it, I guess. Anyway.
Yes, but...
Oh, go ahead.
Yes. No, Artemis 1020 said Tectone got a lawyer before Enter DM'd him, but they still talked, and Tectone has options now, which he acknowledged as well.
Oh, there we go. There we go. That's cool. Anyway, that was with Giga. Now, chat, I have to use the restroom. When I get back, we're going to continue, because the Vshojo drama doesn't stop. It continues. I might not have a chance to cover the Ethan Klein lawsuit tonight if it keeps going, but it continues. So what we're gonna do is I gotta pee. I gotta pee.
Oh no, I'd be left alone with chat. Okay, chat, what are your favorite slurs?
When I get back, we'll continue.
Entertain us? I don't know. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. Okay, Artemis 1020 says, talk about elf vampire mating rituals. First of all, think about what you just asked there. Vampires are undead. We don't have working organ systems. Now, I technically do because I have Fey blood and the blood continues popping even though my art doesn't, so... Eva, you can't say anything or you'll punish me, read. Now, my favorite slur is and whatever. Okay, Mr. L. Okay, good Elder Scrolls lore there. Chat, quick capture the elf. You can't capture me. I'm too fast. Kiss ass. My favorite slur is Clinker. You know what? That's a pretty good one. That's the one that the Clone Wars used for the B1 battle droids, right? The the B1 battle droids. Clinker. Roger, Roger. I'm trying to get slurs out. Is it an F version that MommaOcco have made by him? I'm not sure what that sentence was, but that might be me. I do have problems with literacy.
So do
Just
I.
remember, chat, the EvaElfpire's weakness is glass. Specifically, no, it's not, it's fire. I just realized I gave him one of my weakness. MommaOcco, welcome back.
Hello. You telling people what you're allergic to?
Well, no, someone said my one weakness is glass in the shape of a jar, and I'm like, no, it's fire. But, like, every vampire is weak to fire, so, you know.
Oh, okay.
You know. By the way, chat keeps talking about clankers, and I'm worried.
I'd be very worried myself.
Didn't a VTuber on Twitch get in trouble for calling somebody clanker? And it was like, guys, that's a fictional slur referring to the Star Wars battle droids.
I don't know.
Like, what you doing?
That's a good question. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, chat. Here, I'm going to read a couple supers real quick. Mercenary for 2. How much do you want to bet bad management? I don't know. When it comes to Vshojo, they have been losing some managers as well. I didn't bring that up, but they did have like 1 or 2 people quit from their company recently. So it is very interesting.
They do have... They don't have the best track record when it comes to their upper management or their upper staff. Like, look at how the security issue with the Dobson thing that happened and the fallout between Nux and Vshojo. That was entirely, in my opinion, a mismanagement issue.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. If I get an interview with her, maybe I'll ask her. I don't know. Mercenary again for 2. 3 then 2 when you said CEO Twitch interview. Wait, what? I don't know what you mean by that, but thank you. And then Arta most for 199. Wait, is Ava working with no 3 to 5 business day lag? Yes. You've been working on stuff for the past couple days, haven't you?
I have. I've been working on a lot of stuff. My first official stream with the new internet will probably be tomorrow. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, but something.
You're gonna do something.
I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna fucking do it. I swear to God. Don't swear to God. Swear to me. I'm kidding. I'm sorry, God. Don't hurt me.
Is that iDub censored version made by you? Yes. I need to finish censoring it right now, but yes, it is made by me. Okay, let's move on. So chat. As I said, Vshojo is getting death by 1,000 cuts. Sorry, I bumped my mic there. It is not just Giga or Madara that is left in the last couple of months. Losing 1 member sucks. Losing 2 members is a pretty big deal. However, they did not just lose 1 or 2. They lost a 3rd. However, the one that they lost, in my personal opinion, is a pretty big deal because they have been here since the beginning. And that is Zentreya. So, on the 27th. Yeah, on the 27th. At 103, I don't think they timed this one. I think this one the timing on this one is very interesting. But on the 27th, they say Zentreya will be parting ways with Vshojo as of July 11th. So in about 12 to 13 days. Zen has truly shaped Vshojo being one of our...
Notice.
Excuse me?
2-week notice, basically.
Yes. Zen has truly shaped Vshojo being one of our original members since 2020. From communicating with a notepad on stream to Zen's current TTS setup, it's amazing to see how far things have come. Among her many talents has been bringing together Vshojo and non-Vshojo members alike for collaborations, helping to drive inclusivity among creators. Given how Zen's contributions to Vshojo and the community as a whole have been made with lasting impact, we're sincerely thankful for our time working together. Zen will keep her IP, and we wish her the best on the next leg of her journey. Any merch on the website will still be available for purchase until July 11th. Thank you for your understanding and continued support. So, they lose. Not just Madara, not just Giga, 2 people that were smaller in the sphere. They lose, in my personal opinion, the 2nd or 3rd biggest member out of Vshojo in its entirety.
It's funny too that you mention the first two leaving first, because again, thanks to that post, I think I posted in the UTC Discord, but when it was being announced that Vshojo and Masaru-kan were parting ways about 2 months ago on the day now, Zentreya replied to that announcement post saying, "You don't need Vshojo, I'm here for you." They're doing basically.
I have that
like
post
for
actually.
a corpo individual to do that is kind of like, I mean, it's talking, you're not talking explicitly bad about the company, but saying stuff like you don't need Vshojo only to be leaving yourself 2 months later. That was kind of our hit, is what I'm getting at.
It was very interesting, and I am going to bring up that one. Sorry, actually I'll bring it up right now since you bring it up. But yeah, so Masaru-kan on the 28th says that they are leaving, and then literally Zentreya is like, "You don't need Vshojo. You've always been a star. You always be someone who everyone loves and who is absolutely fucking amazing. I will continue to drag you into collabs and I will always be your friend." Again, this is not something that anybody really says personally. So it was very interesting to see this. Now that we do know that Zen is leaving, it does make a little bit more sense. But let's go through Zen's announcement. I don't know if they said anything on stream. I didn't see any videos for that. But they made an announcement for it. And we're going to read it and then we'll talk about it. And thankfully they didn't make a video, because if they did, it would be a little bit harder to go through it. So, quote, "On July 11th, I will be leaving Vshojo for new opportunities and a new adventure. My time here was long and I had many fun moments. It will feel like the end of the world, but know that I will always be here for all of you. Nothing will change other than where I am currently at. Thank you to Vshojo for many years and the memories. Sadly, times change and paths change, and I decided I want to follow my own path and do new things in life. I hope you will all continue to follow me on this adventure. I know change is scary. It is a scary thing to see something you saw grow change, but that is how life goes. We will all take this walk eventually." That is a very interesting thing for her to say. We will all take this walk eventually. Making me wonder who's next. I know that's maybe a rat of me, but I am wondering why they say that. I mean, it could be as easy as just like, oh, eventually everybody's just going to walk away. It could be a
generalized statement to just the inevitability of like, hey, this is the fate of every VTuber / content creator. Eventually, you're going to move on from what you're doing.
Yeah.
To do something new.
But like, it still does make me feel a little odd. I don't know. Here's the thing.
Especially just given that Zentreya has a pattern of saying things that make you go, and then a couple months later you found out, oh, that's why she said that. Like again with the post that they did about, oh, you don't need Vshojo.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing for somebody to say unless they were already on their way out.
Pretty much. So yeah, it does seem like a very interesting statement. Thank you for your continued support, and even if this is where your stop is, thank you regardless, and bestest wishes to Vshojo. Again, like, maybe I'm just ratting a little too hard, but that just reads very interesting to me. Again, it just reads interesting to me. Are you not going to hide the screen? There you go. So she says that, and it really starts to make people wonder. Because now people are starting to rat and wonder about what the future of the company is. Because they lost Madara. Okay, she was fired. It's a little different. She lost Giga. Giga is like a corpo person. And she knows a lot of back-end stuff. And she is probably going to jump off the train as soon as she feels like it's good for her. She seems like the kind of person that would do that. I know some people are like, oh, maybe she just wasn't that popular. And I definitely think that maybe popularity could have played a little bit into it. I have no idea whatsoever. All right, but like, I feel like knowing her background and knowing what she did for the company, like, even though she doesn't say specifically, knowing that she worked on the back end of the company behind the scenes, it makes me wonder what she knew and why she moved on. But if it was just her, okay, fine, whatever. But now Zentreya's gone as well. Now you've lost you've lost, in my personal opinion, one individual doesn't really matter. The two other individuals, pretty pivotal into the company, in my personal opinion. And if these two people are leaving, is anybody else stepping off the train as well? You know, I mean, like Vshojo is one of those companies that they gain and lose individuals every now and then, but like they have lost a lot of what made Vshojo originally a very interesting corporation in general. And so now looking at the company, and again, I'm not even going to pay attention to the JP side because like the JP side is important, but it's almost a completely different company altogether. You never hear, unless it's Kei-san or Henya, nobody really knows that much about the other members because they probably are only JP only and they don't really care. But like for the most part, looking at who is left over, all right, I do have this list pulled up here. Looking at who's left over, we're not going to care about...
It's kind of funny, though, that Michimoto is listed as Vshojo JP, which obviously they just because they have...
Oh, no, she's an
JP,
EN.
they don't have...
She's an EN.
Indonesia. Exactly, she is. But look, under the... Like, what you're showing me here, Vshojo JP, directly under that is Michimoto. Now, obviously, she's not in Japan.
No. These are two different...
That's what they have her listed as.
No. So this is a different lift just for JP.
Oh.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, that's fucking weird.
That's fair. But like, so anyway, let me rewind a little bit here. So again, we're not going to pay attention to JP or no. I don't even know what Nova is. I guess that's just members of JP. But like, forget JP. No, we're going to sidestep JP for now. We're just going to focus on who's left over in English. We're going to forget Zen because Zen is gone basically as well. So they only have 8 people left. 8 people left in the English branch. And Amelie is doing her own thing. I really don't hear about her a whole lot other than just her doing her own thing. Fruit is gone, essentially. I don't know when Fruit's going to show up again, but she's gone and she hasn't been around for the longest damn time.
She's been MIA for like over a year now, right?
Yeah, she's been... I don't know what she's doing. She's not here. Maybe she's going to find some other dude to hook up with since she's no longer married to her husband. I don't know.
Oh my god.
Iron Mouse has always been around, but she's not really like Vshojo. She's not really like attached to Vshojo as much as she is just kind of her own thing now. I really don't know what Kuro is doing.
Iron Mouse is... Kuro is... Yeah, I haven't seen anything from them.
No. Michi's kind of doing her own thing. You know, I don't hear very much about her, but like that's not indicative. Melody's off doing her own thing, making a video game and I don't know, still doing streams on the adult website. I believe it's Hime Hajime that only streams like once a year, period. So, you know, you'll probably see her when it's her birthday stream. And then I really don't know anything about Haruka as well. I could be getting both of these two mixed up right now. But for the most part, what is really left of this company that people pay attention to? Iron Mouse is not really Vshojo, even though she is Vshojo. I really don't know the last time I've seen Kuro do anything. Amelie is basically doing her own thing. Fruit is gone. MIA for God knows how long. Hajime will be back on her birthday. And Melody's making her own video game. So... this company is like going through some rough patches. And again, like I've said before, it's death by 1,000 cuts.
Mel has lost a lot of steam, and that's kind of something that a lot of people have to understand, that even if you do a combination of wholesome and lewd content, if you do lewd content, there is a ceiling for you.
Yes,
like,
there is.
There's only so fast and so quickly you can rise before, boom, that momentum is pretty much gone.
I agree. And I think Melody is like, the next step for her is probably just making video games and continuing what she's doing. But like, legitimately, I'm looking at this and like I said, chat, it's death of 1,000 cuts. They literally cannot take, in my personal opinion, too much more bad PR. And I'm not saying that the company's going to die or that these people are going to be left homeless or there's going to be massive layoffs, but they are going through a period where they need to bring in new blood and new faces in order to revitalize the look of the company. Now, some people...
Blood, that's not just new blood, it's the new face of the company. It's like the new Zentreya, honestly, because if I ever were to think of a Vshojo spring, I think Zentreya. Iron Mouse, as long as she's been streaming, I never think, oh, that's Vshojo when I see her. But Zentreya, every time I think of the company. So Now that she's on her way out, you need a new Zentreya. I don't know what that's going to be, but that's what you need.
No, I definitely can't be Fruit. She's MIA. I don't know about Amelie. I know she's doing her own thing. Maybe Iron Mouse, but Iron Mouse is again like doing her infinite subathon for charity. So I don't know.
They need somebody new.
Somebody said that they don't have any unity
from the inside that they bring in.
Somebody said they don't have unity.
They don't,
and
they
I
really,
agree.
I mean, yeah, they don't. They're probably one of the more. I mean, I think other than like Mythic, which again is a intrinsically different company on how they handle things.
Yeah.
But like of like the main corpos like Hololive, Vshojo, Mijisanji, like Vshojo is definitely the least unified of these big corpos.
Yeah. No, yeah, I agree. Like, they are, in my personal opinion, just not a unified bunch of individuals. And it really, again, I don't think that they're going to close or that they're going to stop. But they need to build up and bring in people that will get eyes on the company as a whole again. Some people have ratted the theory, and I think this was mostly on the Chan websites that people were telling me about this. People can correct me if I'm wrong. But some people think that they're going to merge with Brave. Not the website Brave, but
now,
like
Brave was in the news earlier before. What has happened with them now? I remember it wasn't a good look.
So I don't know how true that is. If that is true, it could be I do believe that there is something coming. Unironically. Because I don't think that you just lose Giga, the Corpo woman. I don't think you just lose her for no reason. I do think that it wasn't just one reason. I feel like for Giga, it sounds like she's wanted to do more, and maybe, and again, this is my personal rat here. Please feel free to tell me in the comments what you think. But if she is walking away, maybe there was a camel breaking that happened where it was just like, you know what? I'm done. We're gonna step away before the iron gets hot. You know?
Yeah, I think Giga, because of our past experience as a corpo individual, she's kind of like our canary in the coal mine. And
Possible.
she just flew the coop. So like now it might be like Giga, I think even in some ways more so than even Zentreya. Like Zentreya makes it worse, yeah. But like Giga probably saw something going on in the inner workings of the company that she's like, nah, this is not gonna be good. I don't want to be around for when this happens or when this ball drops, whatever that might be.
Yeah. It's very possible. It's very, very possible. So I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure what to expect from Vshojo. I guess we'll find out eventually. Somebody asked if Niana is going this way. Chat, I don't believe that Niana is going to Vshojo. I will be surprised.
Badania? No.
No, I don't think Niana. Listen, chat, I have my theories about where she could go. Last place I would suggest is Vshojo. If she goes this way, I don't think so.
Look. Oh, she was collabing with FaZe individuals before the announcement for a hot minute. I just, knowing like what I know of her content, it feels like she would fit best in FaZe. Now that's just her rat, but I do feel like that for sure end up.
I personally wasn't gonna mention anybody. I think FaZe, you know, that would be the only place I would feel like FaZe, you know, unironically, out of all the companies that are all the companies are suffering right now, guess who's not suffering? FaZe. All right, put your money into FaZe stock.
FaZe, yeah, FaZe.
Even though FaZe doesn't have stock. But FaZe is the one that's growing right now. If she's going to Vshojo, she would have graduated. Exactly. So. But yeah. No, I think with Vshojo, they are suffering quite a lot of little things that hurt right now. And if they don't get it under control, there could be problems for them. It's very possible. So, whoa, jeez.
For the ones who get it done.
I don't know why that happened. Sorry. But yeah, I think that.
Yes, Hero in 1 is true. Pippa will leave if FaZe becomes public.
That's very possible, yeah.
Oh, she said it several times.
Yeah. in her graduation, she mentioned FaZe. It's a clear hint. No, yeah, I think she'll go to FaZe. Yeah. It makes the most sense, basically. But yeah, that's pretty much with Vshojo. The Vshojo is in a weird coasting position right now. And I am very interested to see where it goes. I'm sure a lot of people are very interested to see where they kind of end up. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. My personal opinion. So, that's pretty much it for them. She wants to meet with her flavor mama. Listen, out of all the flavor girls, I think she's one of the hardest working ones. So that would make the most sense to me.
Yeah, I would say so.
So, people graduating and not being subtle with their hints anymore? No, not whatsoever. It's one of those things where if people aren't going to be subtle, do we have to be subtle about who they used to be? Probably not.
I mean, I like to play kind of like catty and coy with the past life stuff now. Where it's like, it's not like a serious taboo, but like, yeah, we all know, it's the open secret. But you don't just go like flagrantly disrespecting what is that initial part of the culture. Like, nobody's gonna know my past life because my past life is when I was a minor and I would court record and seal that shit to just nuke myself off the internet. But again, like, even Saba has said like, hey, don't be bringing up girl or even crap, what was her other one? I've lost my brain, but she has mentioned in her debut frame, like, yeah, everybody knows Saba was Gura, but don't make it a point. Don't always point it out, don't always highlight it. Like, I've been noticing a lot of people getting loose with that in it titles. Oh, Gura says Saba. Guys, she's just Saba now. Senzawa, thank you.
Senzawa, yes. How is Pippa after the incident? I don't know what incident you're talking about. A bunch of people have spammed Senzawa. All right. So, if you're just here for Vshojo, that's perfectly fine. We're going to move on now. I have 2 more topics today. Might only get to the first one. The next one is one that I know that Ava has definitely already reacted to and given her attention to. So I'm not going to keep her if she doesn't want to stick with it. But we're gonna look at another.
Right.
We're gonna look at another.
And a lot of LawTube is very interested in this. I need 3 cases, so. Though it's something that I'm always like, it'll come up and I'll correct it then. But when I first reacted to this, I was concerned about Ethan's ability to get past anti-slap statutes.
Yep.
Copyright cases are always federal, which means anti-slap statutes don't apply. I was wrong about that.
Oh, that's totally okay. You're totally fine on that. Sometimes you get it wrong, but hey, that's why you have multiple people looking into this and giving opinions on it. And chat, funny fact, Mizu got his first wrong. Like, Mizu was wrong about now, it was a very minor thing, very minor, but Mizu was wrong about the anti-slap thing. So, he had to come out and say, I got something wrong, which was kind of funny.
Well, I was too. And remember, I'm the one who was the actual lord. So, that was, extremely embarrassing. I was on, I think it was Uncivil Laws or Petition on Criminal Funds, but I asked them in a super, and he just looked at the camera and he went, Eva, copyright cases are federal. Anti-slap doesn't apply. I'm like, oh my god, he's right. I'm the dumbest person on the planet. No, but
yeah, Mizu wrong for the first time. Well, technically, because Ava agreed with his opinion, I think it was
Mizu
more.
was reacting, like Mizu was bouncing off of me, and I didn't tell him he was wrong when I should have because I had totally forgotten about the nuance of copyright cases. So,
yep. So I think that he probably. I think that he probably would have had it differently if, maybe. Who knows? Anyway.
Motto, I don't have a degree. That's kind of the thing.
Revoke the degree. Yeah, she doesn't have a degree. Anyway, before we get started on this chat, for those that, just to give some brief context, Ethan Klein is deciding to sue 3 individuals. I guess maybe there's a 4th one that might be included now as well. Because of
I saw that.
Copyright I think it's copyright infringement, correct?
Yes, it's copyright infringement.
Okay, cool.
I'll give a quick TLDR.
All right.
So Ethan Klein, 3 days before he released his content nuke on Hassan Piker, decided to register that video and that copyrighted work with the Library of Congress. This entitles him to collecting statutory damages if anybody willfully infringes on his content and he brings it to court. So, like, for instance, if MommaOcco, like, created something, right? She gets a natural copyright that's applied to that created work that helps protect that work and keep her as the owner of it. But if she were to actually sue other people and get damages, like, hey, you actually provided a substitute for my work and you were getting paid money instead of me over my work. That would actually require you to register your copyright. This is what Ethan did, anticipating that Hassan was going to infringe the copyright, but instead, 3 of Hassan's orbiters not only violated the copyright, they stated their malicious intent,
Yes.
which is not given a standard for it. So that's why Ethan is going after these 3 particular creators.
Yes, pretty much. So we're going to go through the entire video. There's also a fast facts video that was done by Legal Mindset that I wanted to go through as well. This is probably very surface level in my personal opinion, but I'm going through it because I have not had the chance to sit through and give my opinions on it, in my personal opinion. But before we go through it, chat, I do have a video that I wanted to play before this that I am going to play whenever I feel like it. Unfortunately, you won't get to hear it, Ava, but that's okay. I'm going to play it for you now, chat.
As long as it's Sampai, I'll be fine.
What a fucking liar, dude. What a fucking Weasley little liar, dude. What a fucking Weasley little liar, dude. Holy shit, dude.
Excuse me.
Holy
Sorry.
fucking
I'm out of
shit,
control.
dude.
I apologize for that.
Literally lying.
So chat, Ethan Klein is a Weasley little liar, all right? He's a Weasley little liar with his
Wow.
Weasley little lying.
So I actually unmuted the main stream.
Yeah.
To see that? That was, dude. Son, are
I'm going to
you
use
okay,
that.
bro?
I'm going to use that every single time I feel like using it.
He's such a Weasley little liar, dude.
Weasley, is that even a word?
Dude.
Yes. Yes, it is. So, we're going to watch this. I have barely given much attention to this. I didn't even really watch very much of the stream that Mizu and Ava did because I was not really available. But I do remember this opening skit to be very funny. So we're going to watch this. We're going to go through it. We're going to commentate on it so that Ethan can't sue me. You should go watch the original, by the way. Go watch the original and give Ethan the original view.
You absolutely should.
Because the original is definitely worth watching as well, in addition to my commentary I'm going to throw out over this. So let's get started here.
Hi there. My name is Ethan Klein, and my favorite hobby...
What's funny is some people tried to report him to... after this video came out, people tried to report him to the police for burning money. Pretty sure that's fake
People
money.
need to stop being that fucking dumb and stop reporting people you don't know personally for shit you cannot confirm. That is a fucking prop.
Yes.
Okay? It's been mentioned by Legal Mindset. It's been by many people. Yes, destruction of currency is a chargeable offense, but guess what? You as a viewer of a video online have no responsibility or obligation to call and report Ethan for that. If anything, you can be held liable for fucking misreporting. So, don't do it. Just don't call CPS on him. Don't call the cops. If you think he's doing something illegal, trust that the people in his circle, like Nicholas Furcada, will fucking get him.
Pretty much. And somebody brought up a good point. He's Jewish, and Jews don't burn money. They keep their money. So
Yeah, they never would. He could never bring himself to do that.
I should know. I have a Jewish manager, and he wouldn't burn any real money. He would be too upset with himself to do that.
Absolutely not. Yes, it is illegal to burn money. Now, okay, it's very, 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 very rarely enforced, but it actually can result in a fine and up to 5 years in prison.
Yes. Pretty much.
So be careful there, guys.
Mm-hmm. Is there a link to support the original video? Yeah, give me a moment. Give me one moment. There you go, chat. Okay, let's continue.
is spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on lawyers. Today, I invite you into my home to share my favorite
It even looks like a fake. That's the thing, is it even bends like a fake dollar bill. I don't know. It's just like I can kind of tell it looks fake.
It's made of paper. It's paper money. It's not, because the people forget that the dollar is made out of like this weird freaking like combination of fabrics and materials. Like it's not just paper. There's cotton in there. There's all kinds of stuff in there.
Yep.
You can put $8 through the wash and it's gonna be fine. You know why? Because it's not just paper.
Yep. Pretty much.
Time with you. Join me in creating generational wealth for my attorney. Let me tell you guys a story. About a year and a half ago, it's a big conversation.
Also, I just noticed this. He's not sitting his camera down on a tripod. He's having somebody hold the camera for him. Unless the tripod moves with his face. But I don't... Maybe this is a stylistic choice.
His legal mindset just got a hold, like he just recently had got a hold of one of these cameras. I'm pretty sure I'm aware of his desk setup here. It's one of those U-shape.
Yeah.
Based on where the camera is, I think it's just one of those AI-assisted cameras that follow your face, because like that, like the guy would be folding it with his elbows on the table. And I feel like Ethan would just spend money to get that AI camera that people have now. It's an AI webcam. You can move left and right, and it'll focus and do everything based on what you program it.
I guess. I don't know. It wobbles too much for me, and maybe that's just a TISM thing, but I don't like it.
Yeah, I think it's a little too sensitive.
Just a little bit.
Called ReactGate. ReactGate was a debate going on in the streaming community about what constituted fair use. People like Hassan, XQC, and many of the large Twitch streamers would watch other creators' entire video on their stream. They would rarely add sufficient commentary or even pause the video to speak. Most egregiously,
okay, so you know what's actually funny here? Thank you. I actually am aware of this particular video and these kinds of creators. So it's funny that he uses this as a demonstrable when these channels are very, like, they're AI slop. Like, even, like a lot of the animations and stuff are very basic, very straightforward, and there's hundreds of these types of channels. So, like, for him to use this as responsible of copyright infringement, I would say a little weak of a case there.
I would say so, yeah. It really does, like, going back to the Sargon of Akkad one that I remember, just exposing yourself to a new audience is sometimes enough for saying fair use. Which is
why... This
why...
one was an AI? Okay.
Which is why, like, I am personally, like, if the people...
Okay, thank you for the correction.
Yes, thank you for the correction, chat. I don't even think... I think Lumino does, like, really good documentaries. But
Lumino... Well, that's the thing, because, like, Lumino's doing this, but I know they all know what I'm talking about, because it's, like, those science channels that come out with these wild planes with these basic graphics presentations.
No,
so
I know what you mean.
I was... misunderstanding, but if Lumino's legit, then absolutely kudos to him. I'm sorry his style is being copied so much by AI slop.
No, I know what you mean. I don't think you meant anything wrong by it, but no, he is an actual documentarian. He spends a lot of time doing what he does, and he does all that good stuff. But like, fuck, I forgot my original point here. Oh, right. My point that I'm trying to make is, exposing somebody else's content to a new audience can be seen as enough in some cases as like transformative. Depends on the judge, obviously, but that was a ruling that a judge gave in the Akila Hughes Sargon case.
Yeah, and here's the thing. My legal mindset mentions this in a while. Like fair use is something that's used case by case, video by video. And one judge could find somebody's reaction transformative enough to justify fair use as a defense.
Yeah.
And another judge can look at the same video and decide that, no, this does not meet the criteria.
Pretty much.
The criterion rubric in which fair use is judged is far too subjective, in my opinion, and they need the universal application of these rules of, like, whether it be percentages or whatever, but we need specifics more than just, oh, it's up to the judge's discretion.
Pretty much, yeah. Unfortunately, we don't. Maybe this lawsuit will help tighten those rules a little bit. God only knows.
It might. What I would love, and I'm not saying that this could happen, but Ethan mentions in his video, and we're gonna see it in a second. He's only suing the creators who openly stated their malicious intent to provide a substitute to his copyright work. That elevated standard that's not applicable by the court. Like the court does not require that you show malicious intent in a copyright infringement case the way they would like for a defamation case involving a public figure. If this is something that's added as the standard, is look, you not only need to infringe the content, but you have to, there has to be malicious intent tied with it. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily be against that.
Yeah.
Because again,
it would help out with people that
kind of like, it's a balancer of, especially with defamation cases, you know, you have to prove that, okay, you not only knew that what you were doing was wrong, but you decide to promote it and freaking like, yes, I want to harm this person. I want to violate their content. And here's how we're going to do it. If you, if that's proven, then absolutely you should be safe for that.
No, I think that if you were to like make the bar that, it would be a lot better, because then companies would have a lot harder of a time saying that. I still think YouTube wouldn't change a lot of their copyright system, but I still feel like it would be a lot easier to be like,
that's a nice thing. If this were to change the laws and the enforcement, it wouldn't be up to YouTube to change. They would have to comply with the new laws and the way that the laws are interpreted and enforced. So like this case might determine how platforms regulate their content and reaction streamers in general, and they will have absolutely no, like their hands are tied because they'll have to comply with the law.
I'd be fine with that.
This changes about the law and the standards.
I would be fine with that. I don't know. Maybe maybe Ethan Klein is the hero we all didn't want but ended up needing. I don't know. I'm still not a big fan of him.
There's been a lot of people too who have tried saying that, oh, this is entrapment. He laid a trap for no.
That doesn't work.
If Ethan was a cop or an authority figure, sure, you could maybe make an argument that it was entrapment. But this is a civil suit involving copyright infringement, and like if you knew that someone was going to break into your house and you installed an alarm system to catch them, guess what? They're not going to punish you for protecting your owned work, on property, whatever. So it's not an applicable defense.
No, I agree. So yeah, it'll be very interesting to see. But Ethan is definitely the hero we didn't know we needed. If this actually works out, if it ends up making things worse for copyright, I think a lot of people are going to be upset at him. But we'll see. Hello, Auntie.
It has the possibility to do that. That's kind of the thing. You're rolling dice when it comes with these kinds of cases.
Yep.
To YouTube with the same thumbnail, the same title, so that they could cannibalize traffic from the original video. Here's what Lumino had to say about this phenomenon.
I don't mind people reacting to my videos, but I do mind when they play the entirety of my video.
Now, I'm going to tell you right now, Chad, I have a massive issue with this, because I think that if you are to watch a video and react to it, you should probably react to the entire thing. However, you should add sufficient enough commentary to make brand new content from that. Essentially what we're doing right now is me pausing and giving my thoughts and opinions.
Here's a problem with like this person's like, oh, I don't have a problem with you reacting to clips, but I have a problem with you reacting to all of it. Well, here's the issue. If they were to take clips out of context and make it and paint it out to be a bad light in a way that's very clear, that's what happened. Now your argument's going to be, hey, don't clip me out of context. If you're going to react to me, post the whole video so it's for completionist sake. Okay, well now what are we doing? We're in a way between a rock and a hard place. And that's the issue here with having this this black and white rubric. It's not a matter of just pausing or clipping or taking out the clip or reacting to the whole thing. The matter is how much the reactor transforms the commentary with their own commentary.
I agree.
Whether it's them reacting to the whole video or just clips.
I agree. By the way, I'm going to turn it on 1.25 speed, just because.
Do it.
But no, yeah, I disagree with his point, because I don't think he really wants people to take his videos out of context and take small clips of it out of context. Because if I'm only to take small clips of his video, I could take something that he said and twist it into something else. And I don't think he really wants that. I think it would be much better if people extended the video. Like this right here, good idea. The blue is my reaction. Red is the original video. The entire video, in my personal opinion. So.
Yeah, with the reds being like pauses instead.
Mm-hmm. Yep, something like that. But yeah. I just disagree with his opinion on principle. So.
Because I mean, I will on a 9 times out of 10 will react to the whole video, unless it meets like my 3-strike rule. Like if the video is so bad, it's like okay, boom, and then we don't react to any of it. It's not about clipping or anything. It's just you need to give everybody their fair shot.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Cam in the corner or the occasional interruption does nothing to address that issue. My video is still being played from beginning to end in someone else's stream or video. It's neither ethical nor necessary to feature the entirety of someone else's work. Or, they could do the bare minimum and ask for permission. Something that none of the major reaction channels have ever done when they've streamed or re-uploaded my videos. But to answer your question, no, I don't want people to stream or re-upload the entirety of my videos.
I will not actually ever react to one of his videos because of him just saying that, by the way.
Now, understandably, this made a lot of people angry because why should these content thieves, essentially, get more views than the author of the video, which in a lot of cases was happening? I mean, people don't like injustice, and we all see this, and no, it's not right. This debate culminated when XQC, one of the
Legal
prime
Mindset actually mentions this as a point as well. And this is something that happens with admin and TikTok to a lesser extent, but like sometimes the creator is just boring. The information that they are presenting is boring and it's a slog.
Yep.
But the commentator present pauses it. It starts a conversation. There's engagement. That transformative value is actually creating more content from what would otherwise be a relatively boring, unengaging video. So again, it's not about the length. It's not about any of this. It's about what you contribute to the original work.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just disagree with it because I personally believe that just say if you don't want people to react to your stuff, and then I personally won't do it, but like in order to give the full context, you probably should watch the entire thing, in my personal opinion. So
called into my show to debate me, in which case I'm sad to report that I was terribly owned.
So in that regard, do you care at all about like IP or copyright, or like the fact that it's illegal? Does that matter? That it might be illegal, does that matter to you?
Thank you,
No,
user.
it doesn't matter.
Well, if flat out doesn't, because
Well, that's fair.
Watch me full screen cam, do the fucking worm, and watch your prime. Then watch your prime content.
I will say that XQC is kind of boring for me personally. I don't understand the appeal for him. It might just be because he's a big creator, but I don't get the appeal of this man.
I've always been confused about his popularity because I've tried to catch a couple of streams and I can't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Do it for a week. Do a week of no reaction content and see how many fucking views you get. Oh, okay, sure.
I don't get him whatsoever. I mean, like his background is bad. I'm not showing it, but he's got firearms in the background. I was like, I don't get this man. I just really don't get it.
Oh my god, he does.
Like,
Wait, isn't he in Canada?
I don't know. He might be.
I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's French Canadian. XQC Canada. Let's see. Yes, he lives in Canada.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know personally. Like,
how does he have weapons? How does not to say that they're like no 2A at all, but like it's hard to fucking own. Like Ian Ruckle of the Bailey, he's a Canadian firearms attorney up in Canada, and this could be a problem for him. Like the authorities could show up. Hey, you got permits for those?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, let's continue.
The ultimate debate, bro. He hit him with the worm. Oh, why didn't I think of that first? I kid XQC, but he is not the one I'm suing. Despite my criticism, he's not a malicious infringer. But the ones I am suing...
No, he's not malicious. He's just stupid in my personal... Like, looking at this right here, he's not malicious. Yeah. He's just stupid. I'm sorry. I think he even knows that.
I don't think he could harm... I don't think he could harm like anybody in his life. I mean, look, he's just doing the worm.
Yeah.
He got his response to anger wasn't to get violent or outbursts or anything. No, instead he decided to warm across his freaking living room. Like, that's a weird guy, but it's not a malicious guy.
Not a malicious
it's not
guy.
A harmful person.
No. Literally, if you took this man to court, his lawyer would just say, Your Honor, my client is retarded. So you should let him go.
Your Honor, as it can see by XQC doing the worm in the middle of the well.
He is just kind of
he's
retarded.
retarded. He can't stand trial. He's not. It's we're gonna do the insanity plea here.
Exactly.
Angie's gonna slap
oh no.
me. But with the insanity
You'll see
pleas.
are much, much worse. Now, ironically, after this debate and in the wake of this large conversation, the problem seems to have only gotten worse. You have people like Hassan Piker paving the way of fair use with what's known as chair reacts. When Hassan gets up to go to the bathroom,
God,
or
yeah.
to eat, or to talk to his mom, or to do whatever, disappears for an extended period of time.
I do think that this is just blatant copyright theft, excuse me, in my personal opinion.
It's a serious problem that needs to be like enforced by the here's the thing about that other platform that I go. If they find out that you're just gone and you're just like there's no one there on the stream, they will shut down your stream.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
if you have walked away and you're just letting something play, no, they'll shut you down because guess what? That's not what are you doing?
Yep. No, yeah.
That's not your content. That's not. Yeah.
The only time that I have when I walked away from a stream and left content on, when it is mine. During a 24-hour stream, I left my own content on because it's my content. It's
before. Like I'll put on one of my covers or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll walk away to get a water or something.
It's a little different. Or when I play music and I have the right to play that music, that's a little different. It's just I don't understand the chair reacts. I see people that do it and I'm just like, you guys suck. I don't know why people are interested in you. It's really.
And here's the thing too. If you like chat and the internet and now has a term for this type of react content. When you when your action is actually special chair reacts, okay, this is clearly a problem. And it's a problem that everybody recognizes to the point that they've identified and categorized it.
Yeah, pretty much. Or Idle and Stellar Blade. That's even better in my personal opinion. Just Idle and Stellar Blade. Exactly.
Well, it seems okay to me.
Mm-hmm.
For his chair. Mr. Chair, they call it.
IDF had warned people to leave the area around the main airport in Saba.
Look at this. Look at this. Man's getting up.
Okay, you know what's
walking away.
I'm sorry. He's sitting there. He says, I gotta pee. It would be so funny if he just pissed himself right there. He didn't get up or anything. He just announced, I gotta pee. And just said, oh my God, dude, what are you doing?
You know, maybe Hassan should do that. I don't know.
Yeah, look, real streamers get catheters put in. Oh my gosh, that actually sounds horrible.
It does sound horrible. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, this is a lot of standing up and walking away.
And it was in this.
Now, I will say, I would like to see all of the clips from that so I could verify it myself, but I do believe Ethan when he shows this.
How long did he actually? Yeah, no, I did too. And he's at least showed and clipped it enough where, okay, maybe he's being malicious and, misinforming us by saying, oh, yeah, he only left for a minute or whatever, but
it's still wrong.
I don't know, I feel like he found enough clips where it's nah, this is a clear pattern of behavior.
It is a very bad, clear pattern of behavior.
Setting that I formulated an idea. What if I could make a long-form, irresistible piece of content?
Oh my God, Asahara just said once he left his house to get groceries.
I did that once, but I left my friends to entertain. All right? There's a difference. Okay? And it was during a subathon. Can we get a chair reaction? Live chair reaction?
Jesus, Akaku, no way. There was actually one Hassan clip where Hassan said, I gotta go do something. Let me find something for you to watch while I'm away.
At that point,
I'm gonna say this. That absolutely, whatever video he found to play, that creator absolutely should sue Hassan for infringement, and he would have a very strong case. Again, I can't say 100%, but I mean, goddamn. that's again intention. Like you're setting your intention. Let me put on something that doesn't belong to me for you to watch while I'm not there to react to it. Are you kidding me, dude?
Yeah, no, that's bad. That's really bad. Saba has an amazing singing voice. I felt like we already knew that already, but thank you for telling me. I appreciate that. How about an armchair reaction? An armchair expert reaction? Oh my gosh.
Could you imagine somebody reacting to one of his like breakdowns? Because his streams are like 8-10 hours sometimes.
Yeah, never gonna happen. At least I don't know if I would ever be able to do that. Oh goodness. All right, let's continue.
It was published.
I don't have an issue with them.
It's not that I wanted these people to steal my video. It's that I knew they would. I knew they would watch the entire video, add little to no commentary, react to it instantly, giving them no time to form an opinion. The trap was set, and it worked even better than I imagined it would. We captured pretty much every large streamer reacting to it in its entirety immediately after it was published. Now, the thing is, there were a few people that went above and beyond to commit copyright infringement. For example, Denim sits here silently with nearly 50,000 live viewers. That's 30 times her regular viewership. She's working directly with the Snark subreddit.
Where the fuck did she get that many live viewers? Holy shit.
Because she was working directly with the Snark Reddit mod team to actually coordinate a watch along that would provide a substitute in place of Hassan's actual leaked video. They were also using YouTube, which is YEWTube.com, which allows you to watch the content without applying your view to the analytics.
Yeah, that is insane.
So this is a legit, this is like, they're not going to do it obviously, but like this is a conspiracy here that has happened and that Ethan has uncovered and he's shown, and he's suing everybody involved. He's not just suing Frogan, Denims, and Casey Tron. He's also suing the 10 main moderators of his H3 stock mod.
Yep. All right, let's continue.
Moderators to siphon views, and their intentions couldn't be clearer. Here's an excerpt from a stickied post from the Snark subreddit. Hey everyone, we've seen a lot of comments about wanting to watch the nuke without showing support for H3. Here's a list of creators who've supported our sub, either by engaging with us directly or citing our post in their critique of H3.
This is like copyright.
I mean, look, because as insane of a statement as it is, Azahara is kind of right. Like, this is the difference between copyright sexual assault and copyright sexual
rape.
battery. Like, one is way worse than the other.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe somebody just suggested that. Chat.
Offering these streamers as market substitutes for my work. This is the cardinal sin of copyright infringement. The Snark subreddit has been a frequent and persistent infringer. That's how I knew when this video came out, the Snarkers were going to encourage, promote, and push streamers to commit copyright infringement. I should thank the Snarkers actually. Because of their predictability, they acted like double agents for us, incriminating their favorite streamers and serving them up on a golden
they actually gave him a full list of people to monitor for any infringing action on his content. Like, that's all, like, these guys could not be stupider.
It was
like,
kind of...
There is COR Bruce Rivers.
Yeah.
It says self-knitting, and that's all these guys are doing there. Here's a list of people that you can watch to see if they infringe on your content, so you can sue them. That's what you guys did for them.
It is kind of funny that they didn't suggest Hassan, but they probably knew Hassan wasn't even going to touch it whatsoever.
Hassan reacted to only like half of it over the course of 9 hours. I don't think there's a judge on the planet who wouldn't view that as transformative.
No, yeah, I personally agree. I just thought it was funny that he wasn't even put on the list because they probably knew he wasn't going to touch it. Excuse me. The Almighty Lolly's 21-hour Berserk video was copyright struck. Didn't it like have him read it? If it had him reading it, like it sucks. I don't really know the context of it, so I really don't want to speak on it, but it does suck that it got copyright struck. If it's just him reading the comic, I guess you might be able to make an argument for it. I don't know.
Still further PGR as will the Luffhoot actually go through for most of them? I think it has a strong chance of getting through to Discovery. And if it does get through to Discovery, Reddit should be fucking sweating because a lot of these people don't understand how deep Discovery goes and just what they could actually unveil.
Yep. You made a vid talking about it? Okay. We could talk about that another time.
Platter. So Thank you, Snark. It's one thing for a subreddit to admit it's engaging in copyright infringement, but how do you get the streamers themselves to admit that they're stealing content?
Well, guys, if you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, follow, subscribe, throw a prime. If you like the content,
there
if you
it is.
enjoyed your time
That's
here.
so
It turns out
bad.
they just do it for you.
That's so
You
bad.
couldn't cook up
Yeah,
a more
that's
incriminating statement
That's the
if you tried.
explicit, malicious statement of intent.
That right there.
You're
like,
fucked. You're absolutely like that. That by itself is enough for me to get through to discovery. And Ethan has pages and pages and pages of stuff on top of their own statements.
oh my gosh. Why do people like this have to be so fucking retarded? I want this woman to be raked over the coals in court specifically for that statement alone. My goodness.
Like, here's something that people don't quite understand, but like, it's entirely possible that through discovery, Ethan will be able to discover who called CPS on him.
You think so?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, because it was more than likely, more likely than not, excuse me. So 51% that it was either one of these three or one of these three knows who it was, or per and coach or whatever. And if that comes out in discovery, oh my God, you're absolutely, these people need to settle. Like absolutely. If they want to get a lawyer, they need to get a lawyer who's really good at negotiating settlements, because that's your only hope of getting out of this without being absolutely destroyed.
Yeah. Yeah, for that statement alone, I hope Denims loses in court. I legitimately hope that she loses and has to pay Ethan generational debt worth of money. So.
Oh, and by the way, Denim's main defense when she reacted to this video was, oh yeah, Ethan is only suing me because I'm a woman. She said that.
It's not a good defense, ma'am.
Just Jesus.
Not a good defense.
Yeah, it's not. It's really not.
Denim's the queen of self-owning. You prevail again. There's one thing about copyright you should know is that you got to register it before you publish to be eligible for statutory damages and attorney's fees, which is the main biting force of a copyright infringement lawsuit. Well, I'm happy to tell you guys now. I, Ethan Klein, have registered Hassan Piker content nuke with the United States Library of Congress. Some of you guys out there sweating? Even though theoretically I could sue a lot more creators and
I
rake in
love that
millions of
little
dollars.
bit right there because it reminds me of the "Hey Ethan, wakey Ethan."
It does,
it's like
yeah.
that lean into the camera. It's like, yeah, but this one it's way harder because it's not just a bunch of content creators like, oh, we're gonna fucking come at you. No, this is the Library of Congress. This is the law. This is the courts. You're fucked.
Yeah.
You're sweating actually in your seat right now. Denim's broken them, Casey Tron, because this actually has bite way more than your little content cop did.
No, I agree. 100% I agree.
But the purpose of this is not financial gain. People like XQC and Asmongold may have watched the entire thing, but I would never sue them just for doing that. I don't want to chill the reaction community into fear. Actually, the opposite. I hope that we can all unite against this type of egregious behavior that not only makes us all look bad, but could destroy the commentary community as we know it.
Well, guys, if you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, follow, subscribe, throw a prime.
The state of reaction content on Twitch is so broken.
Zero
These
Crime,
creators
by the
feel
way,
comfortable
specifically is it's especially egregious because it's like, pay me for the content that you just watched that we infringed upon together.
Yep.
Pay me instead of the original creator.
Yeah, that
That's
really
like,
bothers me.
Like, everyone's like, oh, exactly. That Zero Prime, those last three words are, like, in my view, the most egregious of that entire statement.
And I know that this really doesn't matter that much, but she's kind of roping in Twitch and by extension Amazon by trying to do that as well. It's like, give me the money from Amazon. Give me Amazon money, chat, so we can continue breaking the law together. It's like, does Amazon not care about that? Like, at what point am I going to see Amazon say, you know,
because Section 230.
I guess, but
Because
like,
these platforms do not fucking care. They only are interested in doing the bare minimum so they can meet the safe harbor protection rules of reasonable moderation.
yeah,
Because if a platform does not have a reasonable moderation and you can prove that, you can actually take away their safe harbor protections.
this is true. But it's just like, at what point does a platform look at this and say, you know, the PR from this really isn't worth it? I don't know.
I mean, that's up to Amazon, really. Like that's up to big ol' what's his name, Jeffrey Bezos. You know?
Yeah, but he's not.
He needs to get to a point where he's like, you know what? Twitch is not, but Twitch is owned by Amazon. So Amazon absolutely is responsible, obligated to, and like if Twitch becomes as a platform more of a PR nightmare for Amazon than a positive, Amazon will absolutely drop them.
It's possible, yeah. I don't know. If I'm them, I'm like, I really don't feel like this is worth the PR nightmare that we continue to have, you know? I don't know. Just me, though.
Yeah.
Just me, though.
Right into a camera.
No, they
and
need
saying
to
outright,
like
hey,
clean house in Twitch.
I agree. They're not going to do
At
it,
least the
but
moderation team.
yeah, they're not going to do it, but I think they need to. Desperately. Desperately, they need to. I don't know.
I'm stealing this guy's content. Pay me instead of him. This is not a healthy environment. And with people like Hassan reacting to entire TV shows on stream, my fear is that Sony or Disney comes along, sues everybody, and sets a devastating precedent that could endanger our entire field. Now, before I tell you who the
I personally don't know if that actually is going to happen. We've already had clampdowns in the past.
That seems, I kind of call that a slippery slope fallacy. You're basically trying to appeal to our fear that, oh my God, if he's doing this, it's gonna have like a big company's gotta come in and it's gonna destroy it. No, calm down. Has that happened yet? You know, Kick allows full on watch along without any problem. Twitch allows watch along sometimes. They will, you know, step in if it gets too much. Tecton, I think, got warned for watching Freeway on stream. But it's not like Ethan's concerns here, I think, are just a little bit overstated just for the emotional impact on it. Like, get on my, you know, be on my side because this is what we're fighting against. But I, like, in practical application, I don't see this happening.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that is just a little bit of fear-mongering to try and get more people interested in the idea. But, yeah, I don't think that it is going to go that far. I just don't. Personal opinion, I just don't, you know? But I do agree that it needs to get taken care of before it even continues inching to that place. Yeah.
3 people I'm suing are, I just want to make it clear that they all met this very specific high bar of criteria that I set forth earlier. These people were not targeted based on their gender, their identity, their political beliefs. All 3 are on this list. In fact, they're the only 3, as far as I could tell, that reacted to the full video. Drum roll, please.
By the
Who's
way,
sweating
I
at home,
believe
guys?
Ethan has revealed that he is looking into suing a 4th individual who was also on that list, Shown to Black.
Yeah. Well, he said that he wanted to make sure that it was more than just women. So we'll see if that actually does happen. I don't know if he's actually filed anything, but oh my goodness, that's insane.
Guys, Casey Tron, the
Lex
queen
VT,
of
you are
ripping...
incorrect. They could not sue Twitch because Twitch, again, meets their standard of reasonable moderation, which means they are protected from any kind of civil litigation that Disney tries to bring against them. Now, Disney can sue the individual creators infringing upon their works, but no, Disney cannot sue Twitch over this.
No. Yeah, pretty much.
Farts and bong loads.
They do musicals. They're very musical people. Are you being serious?
I do appreciate that he is like censoring this because you are not allowed to do drugs on camera on Twitch. I don't know how she gets away with it personally, but it is a demonetizable thing on both YouTube and Twitch.
How does she get away with it?
I legitimately need to know. It might just be because she's a woman. Absolutely no fucking idea. She's a white woman, so I don't understand it. So like,
I mean, like, for instance, so like on the YouTube platform, Peach and Drumsy do some reacting to TikToks while Peach is high, and they do the censor stuff and everything, but they do it in a way that shows me, yes, there are terms of service in place, and yes, there's a way to abide by them. Casey Tron clearly did not censor that herself. That was censored for this video. So how is she getting away with this? That is a very appropriate question, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't get it. I legitimately don't understand how she's able to get away with this. I'd like to know.
Friends with Hassan card, that sounds about right.
I'd like to know so that I can get away with some of my own crimes, I guess.
Dog, what do you look? You think I made this?
Frogan, who bless her soul, she's still rising.
Can I walk away and use the bathroom? Do I have permission?
You have permission. Just pause whatever the fuck you're doing before you do it.
Can I use the bathroom, please?
She's about to say. There it is.
Wait, we'll reverse it.
Can I walk away and use
See,
the
you
bathroom? Do I have permission? Can I use the bathroom, please? I'll leave it playing.
There it is. I'll leave it playing. Like you said, it would have been fine if he paused it, but she didn't.
Apparently thinks Twitch is liable for me interviewing a Yemeni teenager who's only known genocide his entire life.
What happened?
And denims.
I love the zoom in. What happened?
What happened? I was gone. I'm expecting chat to fill me in.
Yeah, I was gone. I have no idea what's happening.
I don't know how fast her chat moves. I know that she's like the endless rising star of Twitch. I don't know what her... I'm not going to make... Well, the funny thing is, the funniest thing about her is to make fun of how she's been constantly growing, quote unquote. I don't know how fast her chat moves,
Oh,
but...
she's growing all right. A few LBs, maybe.
Okay.
Hey, I didn't say anything factually, objectively wrong or offensive at all, okay? Go
Mhm.
ahead, try and punish MommaOcco. See what happens with a lawyer here. I'll get hot. I will reactivate my law of legends. I don't give a fuck.
The queen of self-owning. And my God, is she the queen of that?
It's very obvious from the way that guy's talking, he's a Sneeko fan.
Oh my God, bro, I love you. Can I give you a hug, bro?
I'm so sweaty, bro.
I love you, bro.
None of the hostages that have been released so far have said that they've been raped. The hostages have public statements. You can go look at them.
The sexual assault I experienced should never happen to any human being.
This Yemeni kid is just a Yemeni kid with a gun and is not a Houthi, and there is no proof of him being a Houthi.
Are you a soldier? Yes. Well, that seems pretty definitive.
He never said Hassan Nasrallah was a good guy.
I can't believe I'm calling Nasrallah base. I mean, listen.
Now for the fun part. Let's take a look at the complaints, and let's start with my...
You know, if I was her and I did that, I would probably stay quiet too, because I knew I would just... If I said something, it would be bad. Oh, she's so dumb.
Okay, so a lot of people are like, oh, she screwed with this if this gets into... Not really. Like, there's a lot of stuff that's in here that's added in that's really irrelevant to the actual infringement of the copyright. Like, and Hassan is able to do this. It's his airing of grievances, but like he goes into like some extreme specifics and starts debating Frogan and Denham's like points on the Palestinian-Israel conflict and stuff like that. And it's like, you don't need this in this complaint. This is about copyright infringement. Why the hell are you arguing and debating with the content creator through litigation in a court document? Don't do that.
Yeah. Discovery would be peak.
But again,
we'll
this
see.
kind of stuff, these statements are not going to get her in trouble. The statements that will get her in trouble are the malicious intent that she stated, like, hey, thank you for giving me views instead of the original creator. Throw me a prime, give me a view, all of that. That will get her in trouble. Everything else is kind of irrelevant to the actual case at hand.
Yeah.
Favorite of the three, the very own, the prestigious, the highly acclaimed, the highly analytical Casey Tron.
A lot of people have been wanting to watch this without necessarily supporting Ethan Klein. So we're going to watch it.
Well, that's a really dumb thing to say, don't you think? Why are you so comfortable? We've given each complaint.
Oh, jeez. By the way, this picture is actually on the complaint. This was the judge is gonna read this.
I know.
And see this. It's amazing.
I know, this is bad.
By the way, unintentional bars there under the picture. Smokes more than she spoke.
I can't believe that a judge is gonna have to read that. Whatsoever.
Plain a clever little
People
title.
always
and here's
go at
Casey
me
Tron.
for talking about relevance, but like when I did Legal Mindset Sarah Boone trial, some of the only objections that I actually called out were for relevance. It's kind of one of my, well, what does this have to do with the actual infringement that happened?
Mm-hmm. Gosh.
She smoked more than she spoke. Casey Tron smokes 42 times during her reaction. And just as a silly thought experiment, we thought,
That is
wouldn't it
so
be funny
much.
if she spent more time smoking than she did talking? And thinking there was no way that could be true. Well, we tallied them up, and lo and behold, there's 15 minutes, 40 seconds of commentary versus 18 minutes and 55 seconds of smoking. She spent 3 minutes and 15 seconds longer.
And that's over the entire content nuke. So the content nuke is like, what, 2.5 hours? And she spent 15 of that talking, and then 18,
You know what? Let's
almost
bring that
19
up
minutes.
right now with like
Oh, gosh.
Hassan, Hiker, content mute. Let me make sure we actually get the 1 hour and 42 minutes long.
So she spent 15
I'm
of that.
sorry, but holy shit, you, I mean, Jesus Christ, you even moving or doing anything accounts for a fraction of the video. You absolute muffin of a person. What are you doing?
Mm-hmm. It seems like reputation stating. Well, I definitely think he wants to stain some of these people's reputations. But he also feels like
Yeah,
he's been
big
infringed upon. So, like, you know, if you feel like you've been infringed upon,
his complaints as inappropriate as I feel that a lot of his complaint is, because it's just not relevant to the infringement. This is kind of his only time to do this, because when it comes to actual litigation and when they're in front of the judge will not stand for him bringing up this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But what the judge will do is like, okay, he'll let it slide on the initial complaint as long as the filings afterward remain relevant to the facts of the case.
pretty much.
Smoking than she did talking in her quote-unquote reaction. And whatever talking she did was just to express how confused she was, presumably from smoking 42 times.
What is happening? I'm trying to follow. I've lost the plot.
The complaint continues. Indeed, Casey...
Oh, that's a horrible thing to admit as well. It's like, I don't even know what's going on here, brah. What's going on? I don't even understand. Oh.
I mean, to be fair, I had also lost the plot at that point, because even in the video there, it's a content nuke on Hassan, and there's a video of Hitler going on. If I just freaking tune back in and I see Hitler in my Hassan Piker video, I'm going to lose the plot as well.
I mean, I can agree.
The video was not extremely well organized. I
Yeah.
don't know if this is a very good point here. I think his points of her malicious stated intent, as well as like all the smoking she did and how little commentary she did, focus on that. This doesn't really matter.
No, I can agree with that. I do think that, like, I agree.
Tron is often too obliterated to comment on the nuke, and instead stares blankly at her computer screen. In a span of 2 hours and 7 minutes, Casey Tron smokes marijuana, frequently in highly concentrated forms through vaporizers, on 42 separate occasions. At one point, Casey Tron is so wasted that she states, quote, "What is happening? I'm trying to follow, but I've lost the plot." To give you an idea,
By the way,
majority
I
of her
decided
commentary...
to calculate, because he mentions that she was vaping cannabis. If she did that 42 times throughout the 2 hours, if I do the math right, she smokes roughly 35 times more than I do.
Really? And
Yes, because including for the concentrate and the fact that she does, I smoke maybe 3-4 times a day of flower, no concentrate. She's smoking 42 times in 2 hours from a concentrate. I mean, she is literally dozens of times higher of a user than I am.
she probably needs to go to rehab. I'm gonna be honest with you.
No, wait. I've never been like, oh yeah, no, it's just weed, don't worry. But Kissy, you might, just a tolerance break of some kind.
Yeah.
Get your life together.
That's awesome.
It comes down to this.
I don't understand this bit that he's doing.
He's read more books than you could ever imagine.
CPM's coming out of Qatar.
What the hell
You
is
kids love
going
anime,
on?
right?
Holy shit, woman.
He's read more
It's
books.
so bad.
I think that
And
this
she's
woman
smoking
has an
from a hit
addiction.
recycler too. It's so fucking bad.
I
Yes,
think
she does.
I think
She
she's
does.
gotten a bit of an addiction. I'm gonna be real with you. I feel like
Yes, she's
somebody
having
needs
a
to.
very, very strong psychological. It's not a physical dependency, but this is 100% a psychological addiction.
Yeah.
Like you are avoiding something in your life if you are just punishing your lungs like this.
No, yeah.
What are you doing?
I feel like Ethan should take pity on this woman and pay for her instead to go to rehab.
Look, I will forgive the copyright infringement, and in fact pay you to go to rehab. That's all you have to do. Just go to rehab. Dear God.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Than you could ever imagine.
What is happening? I'm trying to follow. I've lost the plot.
They do musicals. They're very musical people. I know.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing at that. That's just depressing. Oh my gosh. That is
I'm gonna laugh at it. I'm gonna absolutely, because here's the thing. If you're smoking so much, you're gagging like a maniac. Like, during all that happened, I just took a hit. You didn't hear me cough.
No.
I mean, it's not because my clear cast, it's because freaking that's too much. You are, like, moderation, something. Girl, what are you doing?
Wow, that is just... Are you okay, ma'am? It doesn't look like it. Here, chat, look at this woman. She
Just
looks like she's
bad,
dying
okay?
right there. Oh.
She does. In fact, I think I see... They say that, like, doing marijuana, you get possessed by Satan, and I never believe that, but I think I see a little bit of Satan in there.
Dog, what do you look? You think I made this? This isn't a music video, Hassan.
And as dumb as all of that is, this is the part that really got her sued.
A lot of people have been wanting to watch this without necessarily supporting Ethan Klein. Without necessarily supporting
Oh,
Ethan
fuck. There it
Klein.
is.
There it is.
So we're gonna
That
watch
one's
it.
just as bad as Denim Statement.
What the fuck is going on here?
Stating outright that her intention of doing this is so that people who don't want to support me can watch it through her is why copyright infringement laws exist. You could not and should not do that, especially if your commentary consists of you taking bong loads. At least try to engage with the content. Whoa, what was that? Oh, sorry, that was a flying star. It almost caught me. You know her and you love her, guys. Frogan. Reaction by exiting. Here she is getting up to leave the video running as she steps out of the room. Is that transformative? I guess the judge will decide. She said, quote, "It's time to watch the new nuke ethically. Hell yeah." Huh. Very smart to say on camera, by the way. She said, quote, "Thank you guys so much. I do appreciate everyone's support. And thank you for watching it with me." Well, you are so welcome, and I'm so glad that you were able to enjoy that day. Her commentary is so non-existent that even her own fans begin to call her out.
Wait, are you serious?
I love that. That's a great...
That's pretty bad. Oh my god.
I love the
this
magic
NTG
reference.
Jesus. Your opponent can't cast spells this turn. Spells cast before this results are unaffected. Take a quiet moment to reflect on your sins. Oh my god.
Don't have anything to say? Dude, because he's cycling the same fucking points over and over again. What more commentary do you need on him repeating the same fucking points for the whole first hour and 1 minute and 32 seconds? It's been the same shit over and over again. This video could have been condensed into 20 fucking minutes. Like, what commentary do you want me to add by, like, oh, this guy's a fucking idiot, he's
Why do
mentally
people
ill,
feel the
and he's
need to yell?
I don't know.
Like,
Genocide isn't white. It should be a black spell.
Over... Oh my god, that was really good.
It's true, though. It's true. This white deck slander should be red. I was going to say black.
Actually, no, Dylan. Genocidal resurrection is what will be black. It's where you actually raise from the dead all the people you just genocided.
Oh, good. Oh, that's beautiful.
I mean, okay. I gave Frogan some bitchiness for raising her voice, but at least she saw a song where he goes from 0 to literally screaming for people to suck his dick. So, I mean, at least she's not doing that.
Yeah.
A mental breakdown and uploaded it to fucking YouTube? Are you gonna make at least one good point? What do you want me to make a point on?
Oh, I forgot. She also said, "Can I use the bathroom, please? I'll leave it playing." You may use the bathroom, Frogan, although I don't advise it.
Can I use the bathroom, please? I'll leave it playing.
Into your stomach. And let me state the obvious. Jew and
Apparently thinks Twitch is liable for me interviewing a Yemeni teenager who's only known genocide his entire life.
What happens?
But you just pause it. That's it. You just pause the video, right?
Yeah, you could just
get up,
pause
you go to
it.
the bathroom, you just pause it. They should be watching for you. If you get up to go to the bathroom and they keep watching my video, they're clearly not watching for you, right? As lazy and pathetic as her reaction is, this is not why she's getting sued. This is.
Thank you guys so much. I do appreciate everyone's support. And thank you for watching it with me. First time viewer, time to watch the nuke ethically? Hell yeah. I found my way from Reddit. Hi guys, welcome Reddit people. Reddit people. I came from the HP Star Reddit. Ethan is so pathetic.
Oh Jesus, yeah, this is bad.
Exactly. We're gonna watch it live, yes. He doesn't want people to know when it's dropping because we're all watching through other streamers. And I suggest you all watch it through other people as well.
It's the stated malicious intent to steal. They talk about watching ethically, but I learned not.
I'm just going to remind you guys right now, you should watch the original video, and you should only be watching me if you want to hear my opinion on it. Oh, this is so bad. Ugh.
I really don't like the fact that she has a blush layer counter. That's kind of gross.
Wait, she does? Oh, she does.
Yeah, look, blush layers. If you notice, as it goes through, it said 0, then it said 6, and then you see 9, and this is the most prominent that her blush has been, but it's like, you're just adding makeup through the stream and counting. What are you doing? This is cringe.
Yeah. Wow.
Not to steal when I was 5. Up
Yeah,
next
no,
is
So
it's
it
not
said-
like a filter or anything. Yeah, it's just actual makeup.
She said, I think her thing says it's like 5 subs equals 1 blush layer. So let's see. That's 45 subs. That's not bad. That's not bad. Jeez.
This is Denims. And honestly, just take a look at this, guys. It's a nightmare on Denim Street. Not only did she chair react, but she was kind enough to write her name right at the top just so that we knew that she was stealing my content and it was her room and nobody else's. Judge, did you know that we're on Denim Street right now? Here's some quotes from Denims. We're relying on you to stay live so we don't have to give the nuke views. Yeah, I'm going to stream it. Since he's confirmed it's coming out today, I'm going to stream it. That is very
Ain't no
explicit.
fucking way.
Denim said, quote,
There is I
Dude, that's bad.
don't understand
probably
these
the worst.
people. I don't understand
That
how
is probably the most like blatant.
how are these people so retarded? How are these people so fucking retarded? I am legitimately like the stream chat. We're near 100 likes, by the way. Very much appreciated. But like, how are these people so dumb that they legitimately are? They have to be so dumb they don't understand they're breaking the law. They have to be so fucking dumb. Now, ignorance isn't an excuse for the law, but they have to be so dumb that they don't even know what they're doing. I don't get it at all. Oh, thank you for the 2, Wolfsbane. They make Alex Jones look like a genius. Fair. I don't understand these people whatsoever. How the fuck do you I hope these people get raked and not raped, but raked in court, because they need people need to understand that they need to be careful with their words.
well, guys,
Yeah,
if you
and
enjoyed not
again,
giving...
I do like this heightened standard that's not enforced by the court, but like it's his own personal standard of, look, I'm only suing these people not because they just infringe my content, because they bragged about it and they openly stated malicious intent. Like that is a great standard for me to go, you know what? Yeah, this is over the line. It's not just ignorance. It's not just someone being sniper wolf and just pog facing through and retardation. No, you actively wanted to provide a substitute to my content, and that is why I'm suing you.
Yeah. I'm expecting more people to follow Ethan. We'll see. We'll definitely see.
giving any views to that terrible video, give me a follow, subscribe, throw a prime if you like my content. Your content? The Queen of Self-Own included a countdown timer so we could tell exactly how long she was away. After being gone for a few minutes, she returns and then sits silently for another couple of minutes eating.
I'm gonna go pee, and hopefully, when I'm back, they're done with this.
Alright.
You do look better.
I love just randomly.
I love that.
And then lolly enjoy her voice. Like, okay, what does that have to do with anything?
Oh gosh.
Dude, you should do this.
I have an alternate.
We're relying on you to stay live so we don't give more views on the nuke. Yeah, I'm gonna stream it. Since he confirmed it's coming out today, we're gonna stream it. If you want to watch it with someone else who's already watching it, you know, come enjoy the watch party somewhere else. If you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, follow, subscribe, throw a prime if you like the content, if you enjoyed your time here. Because I'm gonna be honest, I did not want to watch that by myself.
Let me also commercialize it by asking you to reward me financially for stealing his content. That is like chef kiss. By the way, Denims had a very successful stream. She had 43,000 people watching her live.
That is
Take
quite a
look
lot
at
of
the title
people.
of her Twitch stream. Ethan Klein Hassan Content Nuke Watch Party. A watch party? I don't think that's fair use. Now, Denims, of course, always delivering the goods. She went on this dude's podcast.
Here's the thing, watch parties are never really fair use. It's just most people don't care about them unless you're like this.
You know what I kind of wanted to do? I wanted to do a thing where it's like, okay, if there was some way that I could like verify that somebody owned a Netflix account or something, right? And then I actually we did a watch party, but the watch party automatically whitelisted people who actually had the Netflix account, the Disney Plus, whatever you're using. And so everyone present isn't infringing on content because they're paying for the content to be viewed. So even if you're hosting that viewing party, no one is actually in violation of copyright infringement.
Yep.
cast to debate.
That would
fair
work,
use.
I guess.
And would you be surprised?
I just don't know how you'd be able to do that without like infringing upon your rights of privacy.
Yeah, there's a lot of there's a lot of like API stuff that would go involved, like a lot of backend stuff. Kind of how Discord will let you associate your Twitter, your Kick, and your YouTube and your Twitch accounts, and like it's like, okay, this Discord is tied to this YouTube, which has premium, and it does stuff like that. It would be similar to that, but again, I don't know enough about techie stuff to actually like see if that's even possible. It's just the only way I could see legally getting around like a watch party. Like if everyone owns the content and owns the rights to view the content, then me hosting that and us all watching it through my watch party is not a violation anymore.
Sylvie, when he watched it, said it was okay because his parents are cops. Did Sylvie... I want that clip. That sounds funny. Is Sylvie playing with fire himself? That would be really hilarious, in my personal opinion.
If I told you she said a lot of incriminating things in that podcast. The queen of self-own never disappoints.
I want to be clear on my opinion on like filler content and stuff. Like I think filler content, like you shouldn't do it. I know I do it as a React streamer, and I try to do it only when I do it with like Vox videos or Vice videos and stuff like that, because at least I'm not like directly ripping from one content creator and not like a whole team and stuff. And most of those videos have like 5.
God damn it. Just, how can you say, oh yeah, don't do this? I do it all the time. But I try not, well, fucking, why are you giving me this advice? If you actively engage in doing the thing you're advising me not to do, that hypocrisy pisses me off so much.
Sylvie is covering the H3 lawsuit and is fully supporting Denims and Frogan, saying they're in the right. That is hilarious.
Oh, we might have to do some, I might have to do my own Sylvie reactions.
The rape apologist is doing his own reaction.
Mr. Todd, look, Mr. Child of a cop, guess what? Your cop doesn't have anything to fucking do with the legal process here.
No.
A copyright lawsuit, cops never involved with that. So, I don't know, I might, intellectually destroy a VTuber next week.
Need the VOD, hit me up, send it to Ava. Shonda does watch-along streams with the timestamp.
Do so.
That's nice. It's a good way of doing it. That's how I see some people do it. I've considered doing that as well. Anyway, we're about 3 minutes off.
5 million views. I only get like 500 viewers. Like I'm taking maybe 50 views from the video. It's a lot harder to feel like, I guess, bad about that. Whereas like I would feel very bad about doing that to like a single content creator. The majority of people say that they literally wouldn't watch Hell's Kitchen unless I was streaming it. And it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm reacting hard enough. You know, I'm sure if you click on a random part in the video, I might not be saying anything, sure, whatever. And I might walk away from the screen. But it's about like the communal thing. It's why like fucking Toast started streaming Death Note. It's not about the actual show at a certain point. It's the same reason you watch shows with your friends. You want to watch it with other people. A lot of people go to watch streamers on Twitch for their React content almost as a curator. So they don't actually want to go through YouTube themselves and watch a bunch of videos, and they probably never will go through YouTube and click a bunch of videos. They like
then we need to change that process if that's actually
she's going
true.
through too many points too quickly.
Yeah, if this is
like she's not like yeah, go. Sorry.
All right, you're fine. I was just gonna say, like, if that's actually how people think, and I don't think that's how people think, but if that's how people think, we need to change society because that's bad. That's incredibly bad. So
when you
she's
start
being
rifling
retarded.
off points like this, you don't have a strong one to stand by, and you're kind of just floundering in the wind.
Yeah.
Now, the reacting, people watch reactors as content curators thing, I could kind of get my mind around it, but when you couple it with all the other absolutely insane Delulu points that she made, it loses all its meaning. Because I know that you don't actually understand the point you just made. You're kind of just word salading until something sticks that the person might be able to accept, but you're not actually like bringing critical thinking to the table here.
Vex said, "Did you burst a blood vessel listening to him?" Maybe we need to do a Sylvie React stream. That would be fun. He believes that what they did is right, so we can react to him all we want. We'll just do it actually ethically.
Going to Twitch because they like to have it as like, this streamer is curating fun content that I want to watch. From the people that I've talked to, the people who watch Twitch content are specifically there to watch it so they don't have to scroll through YouTube and find a video they like. If someone watches content, I already said this, if someone watches content on someone else's stream, there is a very low likelihood that they're going to go watch it separately and give you like the view or the like. Or the people who are watching content on Twitch, curated Twitch content on Twitch, aren't necessarily people that would be watching content
Now, I
on
will
YouTube.
say that to that last point that she just made, we actually have several instances of the opposite happening. Aspen Gold reacted to that one VTuber just making this like little comment about games. And like they were like a 200 subscriber channel. After Asmin reacted to their channel, 60,000 subscribers overnight.
Yeah.
Now that goes directly in the face of what you're saying, which is people don't actually go to the video. Like every EvaElfpire React stream that I do, you go into my description, it says it gives you links to every video, document, whatever the heck we are reacting to is linked down there.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare to do, but I think it's important because the original content creator needs to be credited. You need to be able to gift that. You need to be able to subscribe to all the things. But this point that, oh, if they react to your content, they're not likely to go to here. Well,
That's
I
just
can
wrong.
say that's provably and objectively false.
You got to give them this place to go, and then they would do it. So
Exactly.
That, my friend, is called theft, and you're a thief, and now I'm suing you. This is just a testimony to how brazen and how safe they've, gotten. That she thinks she can go out in public on video and say shit like, I'm stealing this content because I want to. I'm coping even though I know it's stealing. When people watch it with me, they're definitely not going to go watch the original. Like, you are way too comfortable committing crimes out in the open. Well, there you have it. 3 separate lawsuits for 3 separate
No,
geniuses.
it's a crime.
Now, I want to make it clear again.
Now,
I
she's
hope
not
it's been
being
on-
charged criminally, but criminal
But it is still a crime.
copyright infringement is their thing.
it's a civil tort.
Exactly.
what you call
It's
it?
still a violation of the law.
Would it be a civil tort that you call it?
Now, you're not be. Yeah, it's kind of. But if
Fair
it
enough.
was egregious enough or like widespread enough, a prosecutor might decide, you know what, we need to charge them criminally, and that
Mhm.
could only happen through the discovery of one of these cases could end up escalating if enough is found out to a criminal charge if a DA would be willing to actually pursue those charges.
Right.
So, yeah, it's a civil offense, but it is also a crime. Now, you are pursuing the civil tort aspect of it, but that doesn't mean it's not illegal, because it is illegal.
Right. Okay. We're about a minute off.
Obvious about why I'm suing these 3 people and not others. These people not only violated all of the principles of fair use, they also did it maliciously. And that's the part that really got me. I think if you're a reactor on Twitch, for the most part, if you make a good faith effort to comment, and if you make a good faith effort to promote the author, to link to them, to try to drive traffic to the original video, I think you're probably pretty much doing the right thing, and that's fine. And I would never sue someone for that. Take it to these 3 absolute morons to state their intention to steal my property on video. And to all the detractors who are saying that I'm targeting women, that I'm a hypocrite for suing for copyright infringement, I just have this to say.
I don't care.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Is that you'll support their crowdfunding efforts to defend themselves. Because let's face it, I want to make sure there's money left over for me when I win my lawsuits. Thanks for watching, everybody. It's been a great time. I'll see you around.
Bless, in my personal opinion. I hope that he wins, personally. I just hope that it doesn't go in the way of breaking copyright, in my personal opinion. That's the only concern. But I hope he wins, personally.
Copyright is already kind of broken. I just we can wish that he gets a fair and learned judge when it comes to copyright issues.
Yeah. Pretty much. I don't know. I think that, has Ethan lost weight? Yes.
Yes, Ethan has lost weight, noticeably so, actually.
Some people are worried that he's lost too much weight. I guess I don't see it, but like a lot of people have commented that he has definitely lost a lot of weight, and hopefully it's a good amount. Hopefully he stops losing weight.
I think in passing, it's all right to comment on appearance, but like, let's be real, we're not his doctors. We don't know what a healthy weight for him is. It could be that he still has poundage to lose, according to his doctor, or maybe he is a little underweight. But we don't know that ourselves, and commenting on it over what we see on a video, it can be done, but I do it in passing, and I don't focus on it.
Yeah. Probably Ozempic. I have no idea. I just know he's lost a lot of weight. Anyway, that's the lawsuit. The update currently is a bunch of LawTubers are talking about it. I know that Legal Mindset has put up a lot of commentary on it, and a lot of these LawTubers are also getting promoted by Ethan, so that's nice. It's nice that he's promoting their stuff. So
Yeah,
go ahead.
yeah, pretty good. I know petition and criminal has also covered a lot of it as well.
Yeah. So, that'll be fun. When the lawsuit says, so here's the only problem I have. Number one, he's trying to get a jury trial. Jury trials are a bad idea, in my personal opinion.
Well,
because...
no, he's not trying to get a jury trial. He's demanding a jury trial in the same way, like you can get a jury trial and decide to switch it to a bench trial instead, but you cannot do that in reverse. So if you do not use it, you're gonna lose it. So the demand for a jury trial, I'm pretty sure, is just them retaining the right to have that jury trial to see if they're even gonna want it. It's very possible they'll go with the bench warrant, but they're not going to just throw away the chance at having a jury trial if that ends up being advantageous to them.
Yeah.
Because if they don't demand it now, they won't get it in the future.
Fair enough. I don't know. I just am slightly worried because if he does go with something like that, I don't know really where it's going to go, because juries are way more emotional. They don't play on facts, they play on emotions, and they get to decide based on emotions. And I really don't know if that's going to go the same way he wants it to, but, you know.
Likely what would happen, well, again, I think the best thing for Frogan, Denims, and Caseytron would be for them to get a good lawyer that's good at settlements and negotiating settlements. You don't want this to go to trial.
No, absolutely not.
Trust me. Now it's entirely possible Ethan will refuse any settlement and want it to go to trial, and then, okay, here you go, you're all along for the ride. But I would try everything in my favor to basically pay back what you have done in damages to Ethan and make things right. Now, his settlement might require a public apology or something, whatever, but, like, honestly, at this point, take the L and fucking move on, because this is gonna get really messy really fast, and no one's gonna be the better for it of these three.
Pretty
Not
much.
only that, but again, and I think actually Legal Mindset had mentioned this, and here, let me grab that clip because it's a really good one.
Okay.
But basically, this is like the big time. Hold on, I actually sent it to Legal Mindset because I saw it clipped, and I'm like, dude, you're being clipped by Asman and stuff. So here, let me right here. This is the first part, and it's Asman reacting to it because I can't find the original. But it's Legal Mindset saying to Denim, Frog, and Caseytron what they should do if they want this to go away with minimal damage. Where are you? I can't. There you are. And it's just like the first minute or two, so there's not much that you had to play.
All right, hold on. Just the first minute or two, you said?
Yeah, it's not very long.
Okay.
For times like this. Oh my god.
This is some real gold here. In fact, Denims, Frogan.
Uh-oh. Oh.
And Denims, Frogan, and Caseytron. You guys should pay me for this. You guys should send me right now a super thanks.
Yeah, here we go.
The Asman Gold reaction is too much, in my personal opinion.
For this. You owe me super thanks for this.
Okay.
I want to see it on this video.
Okay.
You better leave a super thanks, all of you, on this video. Because I'm giving you some free advice here. Non-legal, legal advice. Non-legal. Because, you know, I'm not their personal lawyer. So, but here's what they would do. Here's what I would do. What I would do is this. I would say, as a settlement lawyer, because Ethan does not have to settle. He can say no. But I will say this, and here's how you do it. Here's how we do it, guys. Here's how we do it, chat. You say, I'm going to rat out, like a jailhouse snitch, I'm going to rat out the people that called CPS, and I'm going to give you their names and all their information.
Oh.
You know, that is
So
a
there you
pretty
go.
good strategy. That's a pretty damn good
That's
strategy.
That's the whole. Yeah, there you go. That is, yeah, no, absolutely. I'm telling you, Caseytron, Frogan, Denims, whoever decides to take this advice, you should probably send old Andrew over at his Ko-Fi a donation because he just gave you like how to get out of this case scot-free. Now again, this only gets one, maybe two of them out of this, but like, yeah, I mean, he basically just started a war with this. He's like, hey, whoever gets to Ethan first with this settlement idea, you're gonna be fine. Everyone else is gonna be fucked. So now we're gonna get to see these creators eat themselves alive as they try to avoid litigation by ratting each other out. It's kind of good.
I love this. I love this. Andrew knows exactly what he's doing, and I love it. This is beautiful.
Oh, of course he does. Of course he does. He's legal-based department.
Exactly.
Jeez. I think one of them does.
Oh God. Woo!
Okay.
So you can pursue them because you really
Yeah, that's all
want
it
them,
is, by
right?
the way. That was the whole video.
We're gonna give up their heads.
The clip
We're
that I
gonna
mentioned.
sacrifice them to the corn. We're gonna put them out there in the wood chipper.
Yes.
If you
Oh,
drop
Jesus.
this against us. We'll do that for you privately, so no one sees it. It's gonna be private, off the books. We're gonna slide their heads to you, but you got to drop it against us. And I think
Yep.
that's
That's incredibly good advice.
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I think that is entirely what should happen. In my personal opinion, if they do that, yeah, fantastic idea. Fantastic idea. I agree. I agree with.
Yeah, sorry
with
it
him.
was an admin clip. Again, this was not even meant to be a clip, but it just ended up being one through an admin react. I know he was going a little extra there.
I think he was just really excited for that. It was funny though. It was funny, but but I agree with him. Excuse me. So, yes, I think that Ethan would very gladly give up the lawsuit for any of those individuals that sold that person out, that did it. Here's the problem though.
Yeah.
What if it's one of them?
I mean, then the option to sell that person out just became that much easier.
Yeah.
I mean, let's look at the type of people that Casey Tron, Denims, and Frogan are. Frogan and Denims, at the very least, they're California girls.
Yep.
They both live in California. Denims like fucking remind me straight up of like a South Valley girl. These people are not people who like hold to each other and hold fast and loyal and stuff. No, these motherfuckers will absolutely rat each other out as soon as it becomes convenient. And if one of them is the one who's actually responsible for calling CPS, you damn well know the other two are gonna go to Ethan and be like, look, it was them, brought the case, we'll give you everything you need to actually address that situation.
Yeah.
Because I tend to feel like Ethan does want to find out who called CPS on him, and he will be able to find out through discovery. It might not be, maybe Casey Tron, Frogan, and Denims don't know directly for some reason. Like they haven't put it together who called CPS, but it could still be in their discovery stuff. It could still be in there in a way that a lawyer could look through and go, okay, here's who called CPS.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, she's got milkers.
At Devastator discovered mom has milkers and gave $5. Agreed they are pure rats, the rabid kind.
Amen. They are definitely rats, and they will all sell each other out.
Think about it like a group of hens. One gets injured, the others will peck that injured hen to death. So, I mean, it's pretty much the same psychology here.
Yeah. Anyway, here's my final thoughts. My only problem with his lawsuit is there's a lot of bloat, in my personal opinion, that didn't really need to be included in all three of them.
Yeah.
And so because of that, I don't know what to think. I don't know why he did it, but he put it in there. So we'll have to wait and see. However, I do genuinely want him to win. I genuinely want him to win. I want him to take these women and allegedly the black man to court, and I want him to win, personally. So.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people are letting their like natural distaste or hatred for Ethan get in the way of them looking at this like reasonably. Like, one, Ethan Klein has already kind of proven himself in the realm of fair use because he and his case is one of the ones that like established precedent for us. Oh, hold on.
Gave $5. Crab and bucket mentality, all of them.
No, I agree. I agree.
Absolutely accurate, yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, continue.
I forgot what I was saying.
Ah.
Can somebody remind me?
Somebody brought up a good point. Like, we have a good litmus test for this because if you remember when Anna Valens basically came out defending Pippa, the left roasted them alive, and now they are rejected by their own.
Oh, did that happen?
Yes, they were rejected.
So wait a minute. The left went after Anna Valens because she wasn't overly critical of Pippa.
Yeah, they I've seen people on the left on Blue Sky say that Anna Valens is banned from the circles.
There you go. Yeah, that, I mean, look, not to say anything, not for nothing for the left or the right, because I think it's on both sides pretty hard, but that whole cult mentality groupthink thing, like, I don't know why these people think that grifting for these specific tailored audiences isn't going to eventually turn on you.
Mm-hmm.
The second you say something that is not in line with that groupthink, boom, you are ejected, and now you've ostracized yourself from every other group trying to align with that group that now doesn't want you around, and now you're alone.
Yep.
Good job.
Yeah, unfortunately, you see it happen with both sides. However, right now, the left is, like, the most loud and prominent about it. But I do hate that, like,
yeah,
it is something that happens with both ends, which is why I'm just like, I don't really subscribe to either. I think both sides kind of suck.
If we want to talk about the left or the right, the left is this Anna Valens thing. The right, look at the plot between Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Everybody loved Elon Musk on the right. The second that Elon turned against Trump, boom, he's dead to them.
Yep.
So there, if you want a counter example, there you go. It's not behavior that's unique to one side or the other.
No, absolutely not. I would say that Elon Musk did go pretty far, in my personal opinion, but...
He did. Oh, he absolutely did. He's not emotionally mature enough to, like, handle fallouts like that. That's why he went, like, full fucking out. Oh, yeah, Trump is in the Epstein files. Yeah, well, why though? Dude, I understand that you're upset with him, but why would you just burn everything? Like, it's like responding to, like, someone throwing a rock at you was hitting the nuclear button.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that. Like, things will get better, I promise. But not if you nuke it.
Pretty much. Anyway, that's a conversation for another day. For now, I did, since I promised I would talk about it, chat. I'm going to briefly talk about the Saba detractors. I really only wanted to bring up one or two because people are seething.
Wait a minute, there are already Saba detractors?
Yes, there are Saba detractors. And they're all pretty cringe and gay, in my personal opinion. So, the biggest one that got the most traction that everybody ratioed on Twitter yesterday was this individual named Serenity. They were a former Gura fan. And we know this because literally until yesterday, their profile picture was Gura. Literally, their profile picture was Gura.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
However, they changed it. No idea how long they were a Gura fan for. No idea. But they were a Gura fan. Already seeing issues with their bio. But seemed to be bait. Some people think it was bait. Some people think it was real. I really don't know. I don't care. All I know is yesterday, when Gura was going through their debut, they say, quote, "Why on earth did Saba go and do that? She literally had the opportunity to do amazing character that didn't bring in weirdos, and instead she picked an insanely lolly character that will bring about pedos." I'm done with the creator.
What the fuck was Senzoa or Gura? Like, let's be real. The creators always had a lolly model. What do you... Oh my god, okay. Taking a deep breath, you continue.
Yeah, time to look at the profile. Yeah, the profiles... I took a look at their profile earlier. Like, what's funny is... Like, they made a post saying I changed my profile picture.
In the words it says, oh, okay, boomer, whatever you say there, boomer.
Saba is small IRL? Yes. IRL Saba.
Yeah, Saba has been mistaken as a child multiple times.
Yeah.
Especially at the airport. I don't know why, but yeah.
Pretty much. Although Saba, you know what's funny is my favorite part about Saba is she's like, oh, my age isn't on here. I guess it doesn't matter then.
Yeah.
Which was funny.
By the way, did you see our little ID card had a QR code
It
in
did.
the lower of the no left side, and it linked to the aneurysm brain fart meme.
It did.
I'm sorry, I'm so happy that the shitposting meme queen is back, because that's stuff that Gura absolutely would not be able to do as Gura. She
No.
can only do it now as Saba because she's indie, and
No, I
that's
agree.
awesome.
I agree. But yeah, this individual had the biggest meltdown period on the platform. They got over 1 million views for this, and a bunch of people ratioed them. Kenny got probably one of the best ones. A bunch of other individuals just saying hello tourists, hello tourist. Oh, this person made a 41% joke. Oh my gosh. Gosh damn it. Gura's not corpo, that's why they don't like Saba being a lolly. Yeah, Gura's allowed to be as crazy as she wants now. Excuse me, Saba is allowed to be as crazy as she wants now.
It's gonna be fucking great.
We'll have to wait and see.
I cannot wait for the first like Doobie and Saba collab. You know that one's gonna be. Oh my god, that was gonna be freaking great because we got to see what both of them were able to do with Hololive under their constraints. Now them just unrestrained. Oh my god, it's gonna be. This is why I think I have this theory that this is a renaissance for indie VTubers and corpo VTubers. I wouldn't say they're on the way out, but they're definitely far less popular.
They are, yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. It really, I do think that we are going to see that though. Now that was not the only individual chat that had a reaction. This is more of just the Yeet account sharing the debut. Already at 188,000. She did cap out at like 200. And under the Yeet account,
pretty amazing.
Under the Yeet account, well, we've got some upset people. Let's see here. Oh, God needs to purge the world. Oh, people getting upset at the chat. Now, I will be honest.
God needs to purge the world. Holy shit! What a fucking statement.
Yeah. Some people were. Now, here's the funny thing. I don't know how this person was able to capture a picture of her chat. I legitimately no idea how this individual did that. Because the but the pause was like there was so much.
I know, but can you do one frame at a time when it's paused? So I mean, it's possible.
Maybe, but there was just so many people. It was just. I was surprised. I'm surprised
She's not a shark. She's a fish.
Yeah, chat. She's a fish. I don't know what you're talking about. She's not a cat. She's a
why
fish.
are you asking all these questions? Okay, she's a fish. Okay, that's all you need to know.
But like, people capturing random comments from this, getting upset. Again, like, this isn't belly reveal. That's not pedophile. Like, I don't understand this person here. This person is so stupid, in my personal opinion. I don't get it.
Oh my god, yeah, what the fuck?
Like, let's see. Girl with a wig. Oh, that's mean.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's mean. Oh, underage anime girl. Oh, this person's like, oh, it's botted.
She's a four-letter word.
Right.
Oh,
Another pedo thing. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, people are very upset right now. I'm seeing way more positive comments on the Yeet account, so that's good.
Get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry. Imagine being the most. Hold on. Scroll up just a bit.
Tell me when to stop.
Okay, stop. I forgot what it was.
Here, I'll pull it up.
It was Chrissy Russell. There it is. Imagine being the best at what you do. You're articulate, funny, charming. As some girl throws. Did you quotation mark girl? Okay, why am I not surprised?
That's how I know it's rage bait. That's how I know it's rage bait.
YouTube. Yeah, it is. Then it has to be because it's like, well, that's the thing. Because
you didn't even get a lot of interaction for
it. The best
it.
at what they do. They are articulate. They are funny. They are charming. Like, this individual has all of these things and they throw on a VTuber skin. Do you not think it's a combination of all of that thing that made them so popular? I just, yeah.
What is the Union Angel gonna do?
Holy shit, what the fuck is... What is this? What in the...
Oh, goodness.
See, and then there's people who say stuff like that. It's gonna be so funny when she streams like 5 times a year. I'm like, she's streaming right now. She's doing karaoke.
Oh, she's still
twice in a
streaming
row.
right
like,
now?
I think she is. She was earlier. But what I'm saying is, like, people don't understand the reason why Gura had fallen off of streaming so much is because of how many restrictions there were. She had to get permission and like the rights and all that stuff to do any karaoke. Every karaoke stream song that you heard her do as Gura, she had to get corporate permission for. Any games, she had to get corporate. Like at one point, you stop asking because you're tired of being told no, and then you lose motivation, and then the anxiety snowballs, and now you have a problem. Samakosaba does not have the same problem. Her first thing was, oh my god, there's so many songs I can sing, there's so many games I can play, like there's so many things that she is excited to do that the only person she has to worry about the permission of is herself. So I guarantee you, you're gonna see a lot more streaming from Saba than you ever had from Gura.
Now I do have one additional one to share. It's not on screen yet, so don't spoil. But we have one last opinion that I wanted to show, and this one I am definitely gonna just be a little chastising for, because I think that the comment is just a little bit wrong. And here's my problem, chat. I am in the camp. Oh, look at that. Brave even runs out of memory for YouTube Studio. That's crazy. I am in the camp that you're allowed to dislike Lolly if you want. All right. Right, you can say that you dislike it. I dislike Lolly. I dislike Lolicon, okay? I'm okay with lollies. I dislike Lolicon because it icks me out. My friends that may or may not like it around me, they understand that. They're not going to purposely involve me in that kind of stuff or not show it to me. And that's really where the respect should start and end, in my personal opinion. So if you don't like it, you don't observe it. I agree that there are some individuals that could be in the lolly sphere that take it way further than they probably should. And when those individuals pop up, yeah, you should shout them out and you should shame them for taking it too far. However, I have an issue when people start looking for predators where, in my personal opinion, they don't exist. Recently, well, it's not really recently. I'd say within the last year, the Fruit Farms owner, Null, has been trying to, I don't even think trying, he's just been more critical of VTubers in general. And he is trying to point out things. I think maybe the nicest way to say it is he's trying to be a noticer. He's trying to notice things. But in my personal opinion, I don't feel like it actually fits. So I'm going to go through this here. We're going to go through this. I'm going to give my critique, and then I'm going to show why I think he's wrong. And yeah, we'll just go from there. So this is the owner of the Kiwi Farms. This is Josh, ex-Josh. And this is his comments. Quote, the performer for Gagura, the third highest ranking English-speaking VTuber, has debuted her new indie mod character, Saba. This is the design. The art on the left is official art she used to promote her stream, featuring a crab doing the uwu child tummy erotic meme. So we're going to bring this up here. Now, he is saying this right here. This right here is proof that she is using the quote-unquote uwu child erotic meme. Now here, let me show you what he's referencing, chat.
I know what he's referencing, but why does he think that's that?
Give me 1 moment. I have to bring it up. We're going to bring it up on dictionary.com. Here, chat. So this is the meme he is talking about. This is the loudly crying face emoji. The reason why he brings it up is there was, in my opinion, a very gross meme in Japanese where a Japanese man is talking about a lolly character. At least I believe he's talking about a lolly character. I don't remember for sure. And the wording that translates into him talking about quote-unquote child tummy. And that is, I believe, the direct translation. Now, I find that kind of if the direct translation isn't wrong, And it is actually that's kind of gross. More than just kind of gross. It is gross. Because I find lolicon to be most of the time just not something I will ever find interesting. But it spawned the quote unquote cunny meme where whenever you spam this emoji, it's in reference to that basically. However, I don't believe that most people these days, like, if they use this meme unironically, I don't think that they either know the original term or vibe with the original term. Or there's also the third option. People are doing it just to rage bait other individuals, because I've seen all three of those options as well. And Josh has decided to take the loud crying face emoji meme, which is used by a lot of different lolly characters and lolicons, to mean that it is a secret keyword for pedophiles. Which... No, unironically. I'm pretty sure that is something he has said.
I'm laughing just because of it's just like, here's the issue. Well, like, especially like the Japanese translation, right? We are going off of individuals' definitions that are already intrinsically incorrect based on the Japanese translation.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going, well, if this is correct or not. Well, first of all, the West definition of lolly and lolicon are intrinsically incorrect to begin with. So what, like, that's... If your foundation for translation on this kind of stuff is already incorrect, I'm not going to believe that translation that created the meme is actually accurate. I think it's a westernized, demonized, just crappy, localized freaking translation that got out of hand. Similar to many, many other terms that come from Japan, including lolly and lolicon.
Mm-hmm. And I don't doubt. I would like to ask an actual Japanese person, somebody that actually is a fluent Japanese person, not like an American that knows Japanese. I want to talk to an actual Japanese person.
Yeah, people forget the if you were to translate Japanese into quote unquote
English
letters, like how many letters in the alphabet somebody has.
Yep.
It's a caricature-based alphabet, so you can't really do that. But if you were to, roughly, most languages have between 20 and 30 letters. Japanese has 2,337.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Okay?
That's
a lot, okay? It takes a lot to get a nuanced understanding of Japanese and how the language actually works.
Let me bring up the actual meme. Let me see if I can actually
That's
find it.
funny alignments are... Holy shit, what?
There it is.
There it is.
I think.
Cute and funny.
No, that's not it. Never mind. I'm not going to bring it up. If I can bring it up or show it in post, I will. But Josh is wrong about this. All right. Even if the crab meme was the crying meme, but it's not. This. Oh, here, I'm gonna have to move myself just a little bit. This is, I think, in my personal opinion, what is being referenced more here. So you see the crab here?
Yes, you have it.
The crying crab here? Right. The one that's raving right here? Do you know what it's probably in reference to? It's in reference to this guy from this anime that also has a light in his hand that's cheering on the person that's on stage.
It's not even just this guy. This is a common thing that happens, like, that shows animes that have this kind of like trope, a large audience and stuff. There are usually people so overwhelmed with emotion, they're holding these rave things and they're crying. Like, I can think of this one. I think there's a scene for JJK where Toto does it with the idol that he likes. Like, this is a common independent thing culturally in anime that has nothing to do with the crying face emoji.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just like my problem with this, okay? And I'm trying to be nice with how I say this here, because I will say I don't dislike the Fruit Farms owner. I know that he's been through a lot of adversity. I know I've followed his journey basically since 2019, and I've listened to how he's like suffered a lot. And so I don't hate him, but I do think that, like, especially right now, he is trying to find pedophiles where they don't exist, in my personal opinion. The loudly crying face emoji even if it was born, in my personal opinion, out of a weird meme, like, or a gross meme, or a meme by somebody that could have meant something pedophilic or not, I don't care. I don't believe that most people view it today like that. I don't feel like most people today see it like that. And most people, if they make their own version of that meme, are making some secret pedophile signal to other individuals that are that want to let you know, hey, I like X. I just don't think that's actually the case. I feel like that is far out there, in my personal opinion. And the only reason why I think that is because...
This is the definition of a first world problem. Because, like, they're trying to overcomplicate things. Like, oh yeah, this is a secret language. It's how they tell each other and identify each other. No, what? Why do you think the world operates like a secret society that everyone's a part of one? And no, the world is much more bland and simple than that, I promise you.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't think it's that deep. And the only reason why I don't think it's that deep is because
it's not.
I've seen actual predators in the VTubing scene. Unfortunately, people don't care about them as much as I wish they could. And there is a discussion, in my personal opinion, to be had on why lolicons need to, if they are safe individuals, or they are individuals that don't do stupid shit, that they need to gatekeep their own community a little bit better. Because I have seen individuals in this community, in my observance of it, that are gross, that probably are in need of some kind of rooting out, and do use terms that worry me a little bit more. And the terms I'm talking about are like map terms. I've seen some people actively use those terms. And they're not big individuals, but they're connected to big individuals.
Is actually banned on the other stream that they just added these rules. They just banned all references terminology to maps or anything like that on that other platform I use.
Yeah, it's just like...
Yeah, they're trying... I mean, it's... You have to fictionalize this content in a way that, like, there are these detractors, these bad faith actors that MommaOcco is talking about. They are the people who enter the community with a bad intention. They want to water down what they are by associating it with what we are, and that is not okay.
What you are.
Absolutely, and it's our responsibility and obligation to weed them out and keep them out of the community.
Yes, it is. And I don't deny that there are weird, gross, bad actors. Okay? There are weird, gross, bad actors that do need to be rooted out, that do need to be excised, that do need to be shunned, and maybe even investigated by the police. I agree. 110% I agree. And that is why I believe in gatekeeping. That is why I believe that people should have a careful watch over their hobbies. And that is why I am very harsh on the VTubing scene as a whole, because I don't believe that there are people that are willing to do that. And there's a reason why there are certain individuals that were excised from even my small community, where it's just like, I don't want you around me. I don't trust you. I don't trust the people around you, and you're not willing to filter house, so I don't trust you anymore. So it's just like, I get that. Saba's not one of them. Hip is not one of them. Kirsch is not one of them. And I think that trying to attack them is only going to make you look like a schizo, which I know that Josh is not. I know that he's a very well thought out individual for the most part. And I think that by doing this, where you're trying to do this, not only just doing this, but then afterwards getting upset, saying, quote, violent replies.
What the fuck is a violent reply?
Josh, you own the most controversial gossip forum, in my opinion, in the world.
You own a website that is consistently and constantly in violation of criminal statutes in states across the fucking nation.
I wouldn't go that
now,
far.
While you do enjoy no, he does. Doxing, all that stuff. All the Kiwi Farm stuff with all that information, those are all violations of a variety of different states' criminal statutes. Now, I'm not putting that on Josh. I'm not even putting that on Kiwi Farms, because guess what? Section 230 applies to every platform.
Yeah.
As long as they do reasonable moderation. Now, but what I'm saying here is for you to say that these replies are violent when your website has hosted a lot of stuff that could be construed as violence or incitement or encouragement of violence is kind of rich.
Yeah, I just found it kind of funny. It's just like, I've used your website in the past I still do on the occasion when I'm interested to see what Ricade is doing or what X, Y, or Z individual is doing. And it's just like violent reply. I just, why this? Why this? Why are you acting like this? All right. Like legitimately, you made fun of people for being on Twitter.
Because it involves the P word, and anything involving this gets people to no longer follow their logical, reasonable brains. They get too in their emotions with it. And trust me, I get it. As someone who was a minors counsel, I literally represented minors, and I've seen some of the worst conditions imaginable that would make you just blind, seeing red with rage. But you cannot, absolutely cannot react emotionally to these situations. Otherwise, you get posts like this, where you become a lolcow now. And I don't necessarily dislike Josh, and I didn't necessarily disagree with what he was trying to say or imply. But he has now made himself the face of a joke because he's over-replying, because he's emotional about it, because it involves what he views as children.
Yeah, now everybody's gonna laugh. Everybody's gonna take you less seriously. And it's just like...
See, exactly. And now your original point is lost.
It's just like... Come on, man. I want you to get a bank account. I want you to be taken seriously.
Did you just hear that? Josh, you just forced MommaOcco to quote Joe Biden. He just, come on, man.
It's like...
That's on you, Josh.
I want you to have a bank account. I want you to get your shit together so that you can like survive as an individual. Like I've been rooting for you to do that for a long time. And it's like you are choosing, like, I agree that you're allowed to criticize people, and because like I do 100%. When I see weird shit, I call it out. But like you're choosing the wrong weeds to dig in my personal opinion. And it's going to drive away people that would help you. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I'm allowed to be wrong.
When has anybody ever going after Gura or Saba in this case, went well for that person? Brittany Fenty is the last person I think of who really went at Gura, and like Gura didn't even reply to them and they got destroyed.
Yeah.
So why do you think, Josh, that this is a good idea? This is not a hill to die on.
I don't know. It's just like one of those things where I look at this and I'm just like, come on, man. You told people to use Twitter less. And now I feel like ever since you started using Twitter, it's like there's been some weird evolution. So my only advice is, Josh, get off Twitter. That's rich coming from the guy that uses Twitter to make their content. But Josh, get off Twitter because you've become less fun to pay attention to because of it. And I don't know. I want good things to happen to you in your life because I want your website that I believe is mostly harmless to survive. But this is not it, man.
And that's the thing. I am critical of some of what Kiwi Fonts hosts, but honestly, a lot of it, I would say probably a majority of it, is actually pretty useful aggregation of data and information that I know several others in LawTube have made use of. So the very good website, very good forum. There's some problems, as are with everyone, but like don't do what you're doing here. Like you have your niche, you have your grindstone. Focus on that. You don't need to be going at Saba.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just I get it. Does it look weird? Yeah, I agree. It looks weird. 100%. I won't disagree with you on that. That's why I'm not into it. Is it pedophilic? I don't think so. It's fake. It's fiction.
No,
it's fiction. I really hate using the whole me playing shooting games doesn't make me a mass murderer because it doesn't. Me pretending to
it's one of the more common comparisons because again they are both egregious violations of human nature.
Yeah, it's just like
harming children and killing.
I play GTA. I'm not really interested in going and shooting up a whole bunch of people. I'm not. I play video games where you commit heinous crimes all the time. I'm not interested in doing that. I think it's weird that some people get off to some of the lolly stuff online. Obviously, listen, I'm gonna make fun of you just a little bit. I'm sorry if that's what you like, but I do find it weird. Okay, but like it is a little weird. but I don't think it's illegal. I don't think I don't. And
Well, here's the thing. Everyone's allowed to think these interests are weird. They're allowed to think they're disgusting, abhorrent, deplorable, immoral, sure. But don't call them what they aren't, which is pedophilia. Pedophilia, or even calling somebody a pedophile, is illegal. This is now we are crossing legal lines and legal definitions. So you are allowed to apply any subjective opinion to like this like what people like here. That's fine. The second you make your statement, your subjective opinion, sound like a objective fact, like, oh, this person is a pedophile because blah, 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 you have crossed the line. Now you're no longer in the right. You're no longer protected by your free speech. You are just fucked.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just... Be careful. I mean, like, one of my favorite sayings by Josh, that I still think is true today, I don't know if he still agrees with this or not, but my favorite saying from him is that he would not call somebody a pedophile unless he was willing to kill them, because he treats it like a loaded gun, which I do too, this is why I'm very, very careful to just point out and say that. I will not call somebody that unless I would be willing to end their life, because...
Yeah, but he's dancing around it here.
I think he is,
what I have
but
this is inconsistent with the reverence in which he actually treats this work.
Yeah.
I know what you are. We know what he's referring to. And you just said you treat this like a loaded gun, but this to me is showing you're playing with the loaded gun. You're spinning it around in your hand. What are you doing, dude? You said you treat this word with reverence, and here you are playing around with it. I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't want to like go round and round in it, but it's just like, you're playing, in your own words, you're playing with a loaded gun, and if you're not careful, my worry is that it's going to be turned back. I legitimately would hate for dumb anime to be the reason why the farms dies. I personally think that would be a retarded reason.
How insane would that be?
All right, I would hate for dumb fucking retard anime, and I would hate for anime and lollies to be the reason that the farms dies. All right, it's just because I bet you there's somebody out there that would do it. So that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. I just find it dumb. So again, I still think this farms deserves to exist. I think that it being an aggregator of archives is important. That's why I want it to exist. But I just think this is a dangerous game. Mansky. Dangerous game. Anyway. That's it. That's it for today. That's it for today. I'm done. Until Nightwave. I'm gonna take a break. Do some stuff. And then we'll come back in about 2 hours. And we'll do Nightwave. Anyway, I have one more super chat. Will Spain for Two says, calm down, it's just a drawing. Patrick Star. Yeah. I hate using that defense because it sounds so boring and dumb, but it is literally the defense. It's like, dude, it is literally just a drawing. Come back when they're actually talking about real people, please.
Like, as boring and stupid as the defense is, that is how boring and stupid the accusation is when made in the context of fictional drawing. Like, if you're angry at my defense, be angry at the accusation, because that's the only reason why this defense is being used, because your accusation was that stupid.
Yeah.
It'd be like me looking somebody in the face going, ow, heat was hot. Yeah, of course it fucking was. What did you expect?
Anyway, that's it for now. Yeah, we will be back. A couple hours. I'm going to rage into myself on Twitch. I'm just not gonna... I'll give you the time. No. Nah, never mind. I'm just not gonna raid on Twitch. Anyway, I'll see you guys in a couple hours. We'll go over...
Hasta luego, muchacho.
We'll go over other stuff. Anyway.